What is up, everybody, and welcome to the What the Fuck podcast, episode number 25, our 25th anniversary. And
Better
this,
than 24.
ladies and gentlemen, yes, sir, this is our Halloween edition because this podcast will be coming out the week of Halloween, 2 days before Halloween, actually. So we have a little bit of a Halloween type theme. Not that much. It's the same podcast, but we have some Halloween themed stuff to talk about. So, with that being said,
Ooh, crown jewel.
what the fuck was that?
I don't fucking know. Can we restart? Can we fucking restart?
What the fuck was that? It sounded like a fucking Scooby-Doo sheet ghost. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god.
So, the night we're recording this, they had Nxt Halloween Havoc. So we will be talking about that, but what we decided to do for this podcast is add a little bit of a Halloween theme. So what we're going to do is we have all of our topics on a wheel, and to choose what topics we're going to talk about, Austin is going to spin the wheel, and whatever topic it lands on is what we talk about. So without further ado, Austin, spin, as they say on Halloween Havoc, spin the wheel and make the deal.
Alrighty. Oh wow, that's a sad. This is a sad. This is a sad way to start the podcast.
Oh no, is that what I think it is?
Jimmy Rave. Well, I guess I should read his Jimmy Rave, a wrestler. He was in Impact for years.
Is this one of your secret topics?
No, I told you about this.
Oh, I guess I don't remember.
But, well, I guess I should... Did I screenshot it?
I hope so.
Fuck. Okay, I didn't screenshot it.
Oh, God.
Let me look it up real quick, on Twitter.
Well, I guess Austin wasn't prepared.
Well, I thought I had screenshotted.
This is off to a great start.
Oh, fuck you.
We had Austin's ghost impression, and now this.
There we go. Okay.
Did you get it?
But yes. Okay. So Jimmy Rave, after Twitter silence, Kyle Danger would know him for being on GTS. Fuck you, Kyle
God.
Danger. But Jimmy
The
Rave.
reason he's saying that, Kyle, is because I guess you have him blocked on Twitter. So I don't know why, but that's why he's saying that.
So fuck you.
If you needed context.
But fucking. So he was in Impact, and he finally got released in 2015. Then he did some stuff with GTS, and I haven't seen him since. The reason we haven't seen him since is he posted on Twitter, apparently it's time for me to come clean. This past June I've been having some trouble walking and went to my surgeon. He determined that I had MRSA in both my legs and they needed to be amputated immediately. Promoters can tell you, along with my peers, I've had a history with this and would cancel shows often due to this condition. I don't know where rumors started. This was due to something else, but I hadn't been to shows for so long, so where did someone see me do something? I have always been honest with my past. I went on a podcast and interviews, being super candid. Pro wrestling is all I ever loved. It sucks to think that the tribe I would have died for would say untrue things about me. I've gone this whole time not disclosing my legs because of this embarrassment. Sorry I fell short of your expectations. I tried. I really did. And then he posted a mental health recovery group in there, and then he posted a GoFundMe for the surgery.
Damn. That sucks, man.
Yeah.
That's terrible. So, I didn't know he was on GTS.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good wrestler. It's just he put himself on GTS, but it really is sad because he was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
He's had matches with AJ Styles apparently, from what I've heard.
Damn.
Yeah, so.
Oh, fuck. Well, that's a sad way to start the podcast off. I didn't think that was going to be the first topic.
I didn't think so either.
It's not the only sad topic we have, though.
Well, I guess we should get to the next topic.
Spin the wheel and make the deal.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun one.
Oh god, what is it?
Hellraiser.
Oh. So, you know the backstory of this. Can you tell it again?
Well, I was looking on IMDb because me being my fucking movie simping self, and I saw an article that not only is Hulu Hulu owns the rights to the Hellraiser movie, so it's gonna be exclusive to Hulu, but Pinhead will be gender swapped as a female.
Did they give a reason why before I get mad?
No.
So, they're just doing it just because.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be on what?
Hulu.
Oh, it's going to fail. Hard. It is going to... Hulu? Not even Netflix? Chucky's got Netflix. Chucky was on Halloween Havoc, for God's sake. The only Hellraiser thing I've seen lately is the fucking Miz dressed up like Pinhead.
Maybe he was trying to get into his more feminine side, Devin.
I don't know. They had him in fucking Dead by Daylight. And he's bullshitting that game. But my biggest issue here, the reason why I'm angry, I'm not mad that it's on Hulu. I'm not mad that they're doing something with Hellraiser. What I'm mad about is, why are they turning him into a female? That's my problem. And before you call me a misogynist and sexist and all this shit, I'm not. And because I disagree with this, it doesn't make me one. Okay? The reason I disagree with this is because there's absolutely... Okay, is that fucking Hulu texting you to tell me to stop?
No.
So, the reason I disagree with this, and the reason it makes me irritated, because it's something that there's no reason. If they give no reason for it, they're doing it just because they can, because they want to be all-inclusive or whatever the fuck. Like, there's no reason
well,
why?
I guess that it did say that they wanted to give a feminine touch on Pinhead, so I don't know how that makes you feel.
So a feminine touch is completely changing Pinhead to a female? Well, I guess fucking Pinhead and the Cenobites are visiting Austin's house right now. Did you open the box?
Yes.
Did you open the box?
No, I did not open the box.
Fucking, but like, why? Why make him a female? I don't understand. Like, why does Pinhead need to be a female? Why does he need a feminine touch? He's a fucking Cenobite from hell that kills people when they open a box. Why does he need to be female? Why does he need to have a feminine touch?
The power of Twitter.
I'm pretty sure they already had a female Cenobite, didn't they?
Maybe, I don't know. I can't
like,
remember.
What the fuck? Why? It's so stupid. That'd be like if in Halloween Kills, right? Just for no reason they gender swap Michael, so he's like a fucking female with like a fucking, like, maybe he's like a thick female or something. And
who knows? I mean, they still have Halloween Ends.
I mean, hey, it's gonna be based in current time, because they said because David Gordon Green said that in Halloween Ends they want to implement the pandemic in politics, so that's gonna be great.
Maybe
Michael can get a fucking gender surgery. And then fucking that's how he like survives, and then because they want Michael to have a feminine touch.
Oh my fucking god. He's gonna get canceled
dumb.
one of these days.
It's dumb. Why do people support dumb shit that doesn't need to happen? Why do people want Pinhead to be a female? That'd be like if you made Jason Voorhees a female. That doesn't work. And then people will be like, oh, well, Pamela was the killer in the first movie. Yeah, and guess what? That's like the least talked about Friday the 13th movie.
Jesus fuck.
And she got her head chopped off and never came back. So.
Well, that's not true.
What do you mean that's not true?
She came back in the remake.
And she got her head chopped off again.
Yeah. So she still came back though.
It wasn't even Betsy Palmer.
I don't. I'm just trying to be a dick here. I'm trying to get you more mad. You know.
I just don't understand why this needs to be like, just leave characters alone, man. Like, they're sitting here making these superheroes bisexual and whatever sexual for no reason, just because. Like, it's like the same shit where they want gay characters in video games just to have them there, not for any specific reason or logical reason, just to have them there, because everything ever needs to be all inclusive. It's so stupid. Like, I'm not trying to get myself canceled. I'm just trying to fucking like explain how I feel about this, and I don't need to go on a fucking Twitter rant and cancel somebody or anything like that. I'm just saying that this is really stupid. I don't understand why people want Pinhead to be a female. It's completely like, why? It makes no sense. Pinhead has always been a male character. Like, that, it's fucking Pinhead. Why does it have to be female? Does it even matter if he's female or not? He's a fucking Cenobite from hell. Why does he need to have a feminine touch? What does a feminine touch mean?
I don't know.
Is Pinhead gonna have?
Maybe.
If I'm out here, look at it. Sussy Baka make me act up. That was fun, but
I mean, hey, maybe it'll be like See the Chucky, and Pinhead will show her pin tits. I don't fucking know.
Pin tits?
I don't fucking know. I mean, Tiffany from
is it gonna be breasts with like nails in it? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just thinking. I don't know. The way I think of it, I think this movie's probably gonna be something comedy. I don't know.
Comedy. It's on Hulu, probably.
I mean, I feel like it's gonna be something like See the Chucky, where it's gonna be a comedy-related film.
What, they're gonna have fucking? What, is Pinhead gonna be like fucking Glenn or Glenda, where he's gonna like at one point he's gonna be like, I'm a male, and then it's like it's so dumb. It's not necessary. That's the point I'm trying to I'm trying to get across. It's not necessary. It has no effect on what Hellraiser is. It doesn't need to happen, and people wanting it and supporting it are stupid for doing so.
I don't even know if anybody has
doesn't
supported it. So,
well, obviously, if somebody has to be supporting it if they're doing it.
well, that's
Like,
Hulu.
why?
I mean, I think Blumhouse has the rights to Hellraiser, so I mean, speak with them.
I mean, Blumhouse has the rights to Halloween, and this is what they're doing with Pinhead? They wouldn't dare. I'm telling you what, Blumhouse, you don't have the balls to turn Michael into a female. Try it. I guarantee that'll be the worst mistake you ever made.
Do not say that, because they might actually do it. They
Go
made
ahead and do it.
They made Truth or Dare, Devin. They will not fucking stop. Don't fucking say that.
Fuck it. Just do whatever you want, Blumhouse. Turn Michael into a female. Turn fucking Dr. Loomis into a transgender. Whatever you want to do.
Oh my god.
Fucking, as far as I'm concerned, you can add fucking Pinhead and fucking, you can even add fucking Truth or Dare into the Halloween universe. How about we do that?
No, please.
How about we just do that?
No.
Nothing matters anymore because
I don't want to see Michael
to
fucking Photoshop
Halloween
smile.
So. Oh, but Austin, what about the people who identify as reptiles? Where's their representation?
Oh
in
my
Halloween?
fucking god! Stop! You need to stop.
maybe when they're making the fucking, maybe when Scream 5 comes out, maybe Ghostface is really a fucking reptilian humanoid.
Oh my fucking.
Maybe. Why not? Fuck it. Anything could be anything at this point. Because fuck what things were and have always been, and let's just change it for no apparent fucking reason at all. It makes no sense. And it's gonna fail. Fuck, man. I'm gonna buy Hulu to watch a new Hellraiser series where Pinhead is a female. Nobody's gonna. You got Halloween Kills out right now. You Scream coming. You got Chucky's TV series going on. Ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about Pinhead or Pinhenda or whatever the fuck they're gonna call the damn thing.
Well, do you want to know who's gonna play?
Care.
Do you want to know who's gonna play Pinhead?
It's probably not gonna be the same person who played him before.
Well, not him.
Whatever his
her.
name was, I don't know.
Jamie Clayton, who has been on such things as The L Word in Roswell, New Mexico.
What is the L Word? Is it lesbian? Is that it? What other L words is there? I didn't know saying lesbian was offensive.
It says Bette Porter, Sheen, not gonna pronounce his last name, and Alice. That is why are these complicated last names? Intermingle with a younger generation of Los Angelinos experiencing love, heartbreak, sex, setbacks, and success.
Okay. It sounds fucking stupid. So, whatever.
She's been in BoJack Horseman and Mass Effect.
Now she'll be playing Pinhead.
Yeah.
So,
don't you think she's a great fit?
No!
I'm trying to see who else is in this movie. Nobody recognizable.
Isn't that promising?
I mean, Clive Barker is writing it.
Fuck Pinhead and fuck Hellraiser. I'm not watching it.
We have
This
to.
has turned me off.
We have to at some
We
point.
have to. We have to.
Yeah, for the
You,
live commentaries.
not me. That's a TV show.
Is it a TV show?
I thought you said it was going to be a series on Hulu. I thought that's what you said.
Series. Doesn't say series.
Why would they release a movie on Hulu? Not even in the theater? Candyman was in the theater.
Oh my god.
That is the saddest thing I've ever heard.
To be fair,
there's no way.
There hasn't been a Hellraiser movie in theaters in years.
There's reasons for that. Because a lot of those movies suck. That's why. I'm pretty sure the last couple went straight to DVD. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
There's a reason. And
last one was in 2018, Hellraiser Judgment.
I must have missed that one. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Alright. Jesus fuck.
Okay, well, let's get to the next topic.
Spin the wheel to make a deal.
Hopefully it's a better deal than changing Pinhead to a female.
Oh, here you go.
What?
Sean's View Entertainment.
Something I actually want to talk about. So, if you remember, I don't remember what episode the podcast was, but we talked about Mr. Sean's View Entertainment before. So, what has happened since then? He has been streaming every day, multiple times a day. It's getting annoying. And so, something happened with Mr. Sean's View. He posted this on his community tab on YouTube, which he posts a lot on. I'll read you some others, but I'm going to read this. This is something that he has since deleted from his community tab, which makes me think that he made it up. So, basically, this is kind of a cancel segment because Sean posted this community tab post about YouTube saying he's a danger to children. So, I'm going to read this to you. Keep in mind, I screenshotted this, but keep in mind, at the time, Sean's View has deleted this, so you can't find it on there. But he does that with a lot of shit, by the way. And he's also made up a lot of shit before, so this wouldn't surprise me if he made this up too. But, so here we go. I don't remember what date this was, because it didn't have a date on it, did it? No, it did not have a date. Oh well, fuck it. So, he put on his community tab, breaking news. First of all, I want to thank all of you for making, and he added his own channel at Sean's View End, what it is and what we will continue to build and overcome. I also want to thank all of you for growing this YouTube channel in a major way with over 650 plus new subscribers in 48 hours. But we face a major issue, fans and subscribers, ... There is multiple people on YouTube saying I am a danger to children and that I am a high risk to putting kids in danger. This is false and can be proven in the court of law. may I add, this is the last time when I'm yelling things, that's just so you know, that's when he's putting things in caps, in all caps. I will talk about this. So here it goes. First off, I have never ever hit, hurt, smacked, talked down, yelled, or abused any children or kids in my entire life. ESP, especially, which I guess means especially, any of my fans. Furthermore, I also do not have any X-rated or explicit pics of kids on any of my electronic devices. That can also be proven in the court of law, because that is where this will be going. I assure each and every one of you, with like 10 exclamation points. Anyhow, back in 2019, I did a wrestling interview and a Q&A with a man. However, back in 2019, before that interview, I did not know the man's background or history. I didn't know he had a terrible past. Now, after finding out this man had an awful, sinister track record, let me go to the next screenshot, and reputation, I have indeed blocked him and cut all ties to him on all platforms. He spelled platforms wrong. He put flatforms. So, before I continue reading this, so basically what he's talking about, you can find the rant on his YouTube. Basically, on one of his live shows, a subscriber named Jason D came on, and he talked to Sean about wrestling. Turned out the dude was a convicted pedophile and had been arrested for being in possession of child pornography. And so what had happened was, because Sean had him on the channel, people started accusing Sean of being a pedophile and saying that he was sharing child porn with the guy and that they were best friends. The reason I'm laughing is because, like, I'm thinking of how Sean ranted about it, because his rants are hilarious. But so basically that's where it comes from. You can still find the video on his channel, I think. So let me continue here. He was never ever on my show again, except for one time. Also, the majority of my audience is 18 to 60 years old. That is also proven on my analytics right here on YouTube, with like 10 exclamation points. So you can try and spin this every which way. You can put my name in the title of your videos, but the fact is I am not child endangerment. I am no threat to anyone, let alone a child. So you can spin this narrative, you can split it, you can blow this way out of proportion any which way you want to, but I am not the one who had photos of kids on my devices. I am not the one who had chats with kids. I am not the one on TikTok talking, chatting, or responding to kids. I am not the one who ever assaulted kids in any way, shape, or form. Your issue should not be with me. It should be with him. Furthermore, I have deleted that interview and it will never see the light of day again. However, I cannot control what everyone else does online, and many people have re-uploaded the interview, so that's on you to keep showing it off. I did what I was supposed to do. I blocked him on YouTube. Now many trolls and haters are making fake troll accounts of the guy I interviewed to make it look like he still chats with me and talks with me. I cannot stop if this man watches me under a different account. I cannot tell or stop this man if he sends me messages under a different account. All I can do is block every single account he has, even if it's him or not. So in closing, I am not the one you need to be worried about. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And that's the end of that.
Well, okay.
then a couple days after, Sean deleted that community post. So either he decided to delete it to just get rid of the drama, or he was bullshitting and was just making something up. So one of those two things. Like I say, he has made a lot of stuff up before, but I'm hoping he's not making anything up with that, because that's like some serious shit with like pedophilia. So, but that's not the only thing about Sean. I'm gonna go to his channel right now. So I want to read you like his community post so you can get an idea of what this guy does nowadays. So, so what he does, he has a Patreon now, by the way. I looked at it, and he has a $3 a month tier and a $5 a month tier, and all you get is a phone call with him. That's pretty much it. And you get like exclusive, you get to be on his live streams or whatever. So basically what he does in his community, puts all kinds of links and ads and like promotes his videos like hardcore. He pretty much begs people to watch his videos. So here's one about his most recent Raw review. Everybody go please check out my Raw review from last night. I put a lot into it for each and every one of you. And last but not least, be sure to check out my channel every hour or so as we do WWE news and rumors in real time as it comes out live for each and every one of you. Make sure to click the bell and turn on all notifications. And then he does like polls after every time he posts. So the poll for this one was, and his poll options are always different ways of saying you're going to watch the video, like this here. So these are the poll options for his Raw review. I will check out your Raw review for sure. I did watch your Raw review. Keep them coming every week. I did not know you did a Raw review. I will go watch it now. Raw sucks, but I will still watch your Raw review. Or, I watched your Raw review and I liked it.
Sean, you didn't give him much of a choice there, buddy.
There's more. So there's a new video 1 week ago. New video up now. Exclusive backstage news on Randy Orton and AJ Styles now is up on my channel. Go check it out. Here's the poll options. I did see it already, but please put another one up. I didn't even know you put that video up. I will watch it now. Oh, nice. I'm going to watch it, and I wasn't notified, but I'll watch it now.
Is there an option for fuck you, Sean, I don't want to watch your video?
No. So another one from a week ago. Do you approve and watch at Sean's View Ent? Make sure to tell everyone you know about at Sean's View Ent. Spread it like wildfire, and don't forget the mysterious girl will be revealed soon on at Sean's View Ent. Very soon. Now, this mysterious girl, I don't know who she is. Oh my god, people are commenting saying it's a fake storyline. But let me go back to the page. Okay, so here's his poll options for that. Sometimes I watch. Keep it going. I will always watch and subscribe, and I hit the bell. I'll try to watch. You're slowly getting better, so I'll watch. I approve, and I will watch your videos and comment.
There's not a shut up cunt option?
Oh my god. Okay, here's another one. All subscribers. 3 new videos. Oh, sorry, 3 new videos uploaded today. Please check them out. One was uploaded this morning and one this afternoon as the news comes out. Here's the poll options. I did watch them both. Keep going. I'm going to watch them both now. I watched one video and I will watch another. I'll watch them soon. That's the options. Oh my god. Excuse me. Sorry, I got some fucking snot draining in my throat because my nose is stuffed up. Okay, so let me go to. I want to see this mysterious girl he's talking about.
Oh god.
I don't even know. YouTube channel 2021. Is this it? Or whoever? Okay, I just skimmed through the whole thing and there's no girl. Okay. Where is this mysterious girl you were talking about, Sean? She's not here. I'm scrolling through his live streams. It's just him.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, I guess he's capping about the girl because I don't see her. Oh, he also did a video saying YouTube has shadow banned him, and that's why he can't fucking be as popular as he used to be. He used to be the most popular wrestling news YouTube channel for a good while, until everybody started realizing he just clickbaits and puts fake news, and they started watching other people. But yeah, so that's the Sean's View Entertainment segment. I thought it'd be fun to read that because I randomly seen it, and I was like, this kind of fits the cancel segment, and he since deleted it, so I was like, okay, well, I'm definitely gonna fucking read it. So yeah, so here we go, Sean's View. That's how scummy he is. Begs on his hands and knees for views and subscribers. I will say one thing. I was telling Austin this earlier. Sean's View Entertainment is the definition, is the most prime somebody that their only source of income and all they have in life is YouTube. He is one of the most prime examples I've ever seen. I've never seen anybody cling harder to a YouTube channel in my life. And he is the perfect example of what happens when you try to make YouTube your only thing that you have and you try to depend on YouTube for everything. That's what happens. You turn out like Sean's View Entertainment. It's evident by him begging people to watch his videos, begging people to subscribe. He literally does so many community posts where he'll tell people to unsubscribe from his channel and then resubscribe, and he begs people to turn on notifications and to refresh his channel every single hour, to spread his channel everywhere on social media. Like, he begs for so much. He also used to do, back in the day, he used to do e-begging for money and shit, and he used to, like, make up fake shit for people to donate with them, like, to donate to him. Like, I told Austin, like, he, one time he faked having to be in a wheelchair to get donations. It was something like where he like it was something with his legs or something, and then he like faked that he basically lied and said he was gonna get evicted from his apartment and he was gonna go homeless if people didn't donate to him. There was one where he said and he like added on top of that, he was like, oh, and if I go homeless and I can't pay my rent, then I'm gonna go to prison. You don't want me to go to prison, do you? And there's one where he lied and said if people didn't donate to him that he couldn't pay for his medications that he needs and he was gonna die. Like, he's done a bunch of fucked up shit. But then when people call him out for it, he says that they're this guy is so delusional that he thinks he does every single video and always talks as if it's a wrestling promo. So when people call him out on that shit, he'll say that it was just a promo or it was a storyline or an angle or a shoot. That's what he says. And it's so cringy.
He's like the YouTube version of Vince Russo. Jesus.
I mean, yeah, I think he likes Vince Russo as well.
Oh my fucking god. Fuck you.
he constantly, like, I mean, he does what he says. He live streams like 5 times a day, every day. he fucking he does nothing but talk about WWE news and rumors, and half the time he makes up fake shit. I'll go back to his channel real quick. Hold on. I'll tell you some of the fake shit he's been posting. So, let me scroll down here. I mean, sometimes he does post legit stuff, but then a lot of times he posts fucking random stuff that's completely fake. WWE CM Punk to face Sasha Banks at Survivor Series. Roman Reigns will turn face. That's one of his things. AEW Dynamite beats WWE Raw. WWE slashes ticket prices in half. WWE to be canceled in December. WWE to split up all tag teams. Oh, I think I found the girl thing. He posted a short. Hottest girl take over Sean's View Entertainment.
The new era of the brash and the brazen will never be the same again. Prolific, consistent, and dedicated. We will always overtake. Subscribe.
It's just him standing behind the girl. And then if you go to the video right after where he said this girl was going to be part of the channel, nowhere to be found. She was never on there again. So I don't know what he was talking about. It was just clickbait, trying to use a girl that he claims is hot, which she doesn't really look that attractive from what I've seen. And it's just more clickbait. It's all it is. And that's all he does.
Jesus.
But, yeah. Fuck you, Sean. But, we'll be talking about, AEW and, Tony Khan later on, whenever we get to it. But that was your, Sean's View Entertainment this week. Fuck him.
Well, let's spin the wheel to make a deal.
And this is not a storyline or an angle, I assure you.
Okay. Well, something that I found out today, got, I told you about this earlier.
Topic?
No, I told you about this earlier.
Okay. So Austin, to preface this, the reason I keep saying that is Austin told me he has some secret topics, so
yeah,
I never know if it's gonna land on it.
Yeah. So,
but go ahead.
Keemstar, he retires today.
We talked about him last week, and now here he is.
He's fucking retired a week later.
Yep.
So basically, he sat there and made a video called retired. And he explained that it's not fun anymore because of cancel culture, and it's not fun hosting the drama because of the pandemic, and it's just not fun in general. So basically what he is doing now is he is looking through applications because he told people to keep in mind his audience is mostly kids, to audition to be the new host of Drama Alert, because he is going to be officially retired in March of 2022.
No.
What'd you say? You were cutting out.
I said I get.
Oh. Hello?
Austin loves AEW. 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 Austin loves AEW.
I hear you! God damn it. Jesus. What did you say about it?
I said it's probably not gonna happen now. Whatever you said.
What do you mean it's probably not going to happen now?
I heard you say something about 2022.
Yeah, he is like looking through auditions because he's going to officially retire and be done with everything in March 2022. Like, he's announcing his retirement because he's going to retire, but
So he's not gonna retire until March.
basically what he said. How he explained it was he's going to still be doing Drama Alert a couple times throughout from now until March, but he's also going to test out some auditions from people who auditioned, and they're going to do Drama Alert from time to time until they find a solid actual new host. What's your opinion on that?
I mean, he's just been nothing but like bad lately. Like we last week we saw he was on that stream where he was being really cringe and fucking like just I mean, Keemstar's been in a lot of shit for a while. Like people keep having drama with him. Him and H3 went back and forth so many fucking times. Fucking he just seems like a toxic person.
You did not mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that.
Austin said, "I'm tired of this topic."
No, that's not.
So
I didn't remove it or anything, so it's good. Okay.
Keemstar just, I mean, I've seen, like we watched a iDubbbz video on him, and he does like he'll try to start drama for Drama Alert with people that really don't have drama, or if they have a little bit, he'll invite them both on to try to start more drama between them. He's like a shit starter basically.
Yeah.
And he does that to get more views for Drama Alert. And he just seems like a really scummy person. I've heard that he contradicts himself a lot. He'll say things and then he immediately will, like, once he starts getting shit for it, he'll go back on the statements he makes. So he's just like, a lot of people really don't like him. So if he's gonna retire, maybe it's a good thing for the internet.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, he's not the only creator to fucking retire though, that we found out.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, let's spin the wheel to make a deal.
Do you have her on there too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just make sure.
Well, we got a sad topic next.
Oh god.
Jim Ross, of commentary fame, wrestling fame in general, the legend Jim Ross, was diagnosed with skin cancer.
Yep.
I
really
mean,
sucks. He posted it yesterday. He said he went to the doctors and he said skin cancer confirmed. He said something about he's going to be getting treatment, so hopefully he is able to get treatment and he can get past it. Hopefully, I'm hoping. I don't want to lose JR.
Yeah.
Even if like, I mean, people can say whatever they want about JR not being the same commentator anymore, or not liking that he commentates on AEW or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, I don't want the man to die from cancer. No matter what you think about him on AEW or like whatever, like the man doesn't deserve to die.
No.
Like he did, like, and it's completely terrible that he has cancer. people in my family have died from cancer, so I know what it's like to lose somebody from cancer, and I've seen a couple people in my family go through cancer, and it is a horrible, horrible thing. And I can't imagine what JR is going through right now. It's got to be awful. I mean, the man already like lost his wife a couple years ago, and I know that like did a number on him. You could just tell that JR was like really depressed after that.
Yeah.
And now this is just awful, man. I'm praying for JR, man.
Well, the good thing is I've heard that skin cancer is very easy to get rid of compared to other cancers. So that's a good thing, at least.
Well, I'm hoping JR makes it through and that he sticks around for a while.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Yeah. Let's try to get into a better mood by spinning the deal to make a deal. Spinning the wheel to make a deal. Fuck off. Well, the first time we talk about Chucky today, out of two, the Chucky Twitter account, official Twitter account, tweeted, "Should I start a Twitch?" And Twitch responded, 1v1 with Rick Steiner.
Oh my god.
So, how would you feel about a Chucky Twitch account?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously they'd have to get Brad Dourif to do the voice, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Brad Dourif would probably. Well, I don't know if Brad Dourif's into like gaming or what. Like what? I don't know if they would do like just chatting or whatever. But I'm sure Brad Dourif would probably do it because it would just be easy money to do.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know. Would that take away from the Chucky TV series though?
I don't know. I have
like
no
just
clue.
imagine you see a new episode of the TV series comes out, but at the same time you see Chucky's live on Twitch. Like, I don't know.
Well, spin the wheel and make a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, from one Chucky topic to the next, NXT Halloween Havoc. Oh.
Austin watched this. I did not.
I watched the whole fucking thing. It wasn't good.
I talked to him while he was watching it, and so I know what happened. I didn't see it. What happened?
The first match was the triple threat. What'd you say they called it?
Scare. Hold on. It was a Scareway to Hell ladder match, and it was for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. It was Io Shirai and Zoe Stark defending against Toxic Attraction, which was Mandy Rose and JC Jane.
No, it wasn't.
And what do you mean? I mean, I'm sorry, Priscilla Kelly. Toxic Attraction was all over this fucking show. Fucking, it was Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, and then Indy Hartwell and whoever her fucking partner was. I don't remember her.
Let's just call her Green.
Okay, well, I obviously didn't watch the match. Austin said it was horrible. Austin,
It was
why
atrocious.
was it horrible?
Well, for one, there was barely any ladder spots.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna play the clip so I can see some of this shit that you're
Yeah,
talking about.
the spot with Io Shirai, that she basically they had a spot where Io Shirai fell off the ladder, onto the outside onto a ladder, and it looked, I mean, it looked painful, but you could tell they were trying to make her go through the ladder, but since it's Io Shirai, it barely dented the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that spot was terrible. They had a nasty looking spot, where there was a power bomb from Green to Gigi Dolan, and had Gigi Dolan land on her neck. I was happy and disgusted at the same time, by how like scary the botch was. Um, but it mostly was nothing. I mean, it ended with India Hartwell and Gigi Dolan at the top of the ladder. Indy Hartwell getting kicked off the ladder, and then Toxic Attraction winning, which automatically made this one of the worst matches of the year. So, you know, it was bad. It wasn't really
I
good.
thought they weren't supposed to. I thought they weren't supposed to ring the bell until they pulled both titles down. They only rung it when they pulled one title down.
Well, that's how it works, I guess. I don't
Oh my
fucking
god,
know.
I see those people with the Nexus shirts you're talking
I
about.
told you, dude. And they tweeted on Twitter too. They're like, "I didn't get to take a picture with you, Stu Bennett, but we're all rocking our Nexus shirts, and they're all fucking fat as hell.
Oh my god.
Like we're in 3XLs, fucking shirts."
What
And
was the next match after that?
I could say that because I'm fat. So, but the next match was Joe Gacy versus a jobber, and Joe Gacy did his whatever he fucking does, and then Parker Bordeaux comes out in this Michael Myers fucking coveralls and chokes the jobber out, throws him back in the ring. No disqualification, by the way, because it's not like it was a regular match, because it was, but it's okay because Parker Bordeaux was obviously a part of the match, even though it was one-on-one. But I digress.
Joe Gacy
Um,
kind of looks like James Corden.
let's get loud.
Fuck yourself.
Then Joe Gacy did this fucking weird headstand.
Oh, the guy who
Lariat.
faced is Malik Blade, if you're wondering.
Yeah, I know. He looked like fucking Leon Ruff. So
It looks like a fucking Dollar Tree fucking. He looks like Kenny King mixed with like Shelton Benjamin.
yeah, he does. He kind of does. But he did like this. I think it was the lariat that Tyler Bate does to finish the match and pin him, and that was it.
Oh my god, Parker Bordeaux looks exactly like fucking Lars Sullivan with no hair. God, I hope he doesn't turn out like Lars Sullivan.
And the next match was the Diamond Mine set there and said some dumb shit and said that we're gonna have an open invitational or what the fuck ever, and goddamn Odyssey Jones comes out and faces Roderick Strong in a short match where Roderick Strong beats Odyssey Jones. It wasn't good. I didn't care. Like, at that point, I was like, fuck this fucking show. I was just waiting to see the main event. But I went through the fucking whole show. Next was Mandy Rose versus Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel fucking
They
goes
did
up.
not post a clip from that match.
Well, Raquel's in this fucking weird, like, all green outfit with a fucking biker jacket, and she's coming out on a motorcycle, and she spins the wheel, and it's a trick or treat fight.
Yep.
There's nothing to fucking do with Halloween besides Raquel at one point wearing a Jason mask. And it wasn't even a good Jason mask. It was like one of the ones you can get from fucking the Dollar Tree.
Mm-hmm.
So he sit there and wore that, and then they did a table spot where Raquel put Mandy Rose to the table. But no, a masked figure appears and hits Raquel with the shovel, and then Mandy Rose hits a knee. 1, 2, 3, and all the simps are happy. You want to tell them your opinion on that, Devin?
No.
By the way, this is for the championship, so Mandy Rose is the champion.
So I like this Mandy Rose. Is better than what she was before, but there's no reason for her to be champion. It doesn't make any sense. She didn't beat anybody to become number one contender. To be fair, NXT doesn't really have a fucking women's division, you know. Also, they showed a promo for Kaylee Ray on the show, even though she came out when Raquel beat Dakota. If you don't remember, so she already fucking debuted on NXT, but you know, let's run a promo for her that she's gonna debut, even though she already fucking debuted. But she doesn't get a title shot. She's not.
It's
here.
okay.
She hasn't been on NXT.
That's a thing that they do now, because on Raw they had Veer, even though he was already on the brand.
Oh my god, I saw that shit, and they said Veer is coming. Oh my god, that's awful.
That's okay. So they're just following in the footsteps of Raw.
I mean, NXT is literally Monday Night Raw light. It really is now. It is that bad. Like, and the stuff I'm seeing, but let me get back to this fucking shit. So, I didn't watch this, obviously, but
keep in mind we still have like 3 matches.
So, from my point of view, my perspective on it is they don't have a real good women's division in NXT because most of their women's wrestlers are in the tag division, as you saw earlier. And so they only have in the division right now Raquel, Mandy Rose, Kaylee Ray, I guess you could put Saray in there, but she's doing her own fucking storyline shit. So they really have no women's division for the women's championship. So either way this match went, whether Raquel retained or not, there wouldn't have been really anybody to face because they already fucked up Frankie Monet, who came from being one of the longest reigning Impact Knockouts champions ever and was one of the top women's wrestlers in the world, and they're making her do this Robert Stone brand garbage. And so as soon as Gigi Dolan and JC Jane won, I was like, oh, because they said on NXT that all 3 of them were going to have gold, and I was like, oh, is this going to be one of those things where they make you think that they are because they won the tag titles, but then Mandy Rose doesn't end up actually winning? But no, Mandy Rose ended up winning, and she's now the NXT Women's Champion. So Raquel had one of the shittiest NXT Women's Championship reigns I've ever seen. She went from being the one to finally dethrone Io Shirai to facing a bunch of people that didn't matter. Like she fucking who did she wrestle? She wrestled fucking Xia Li, who's on SmackDown now, and beat Xia Li. She wrestled Ember Moon in a completely pointless match. She wrestled Dakota Kai, pinned her clean.
Frankie Monet
fucking beat Frankie Monet, but she beats all those people. She's the one who fucking dethroned Io Shirai, but she loses to Mandy Rose. Now I understand it was from the help of Dakota Kai because Dakota Kai was the masked person, but it still doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't understand why Dakota is even going after Raquel because she, like, what bone does she have to pick with Raquel? Raquel pinned her clean. Like, literally pin her clean for the championship.
Well,
And then Dakota was wrestling.
maybe WWE saw Dakota Kai on the New Legacy Inc. stream recently and was just like, you know what, fuck it, you're staying in NXT.
I don't know. It seemed like her dark matches, and I'm like, oh god, here we go. She's going to Raw to get fucked. But no, she's back in NXT, which I'm happy about, because that gives NXT another fucking woman to work with in their depleted division. But it's and now what they're gonna do? They're gonna continue Raquel and Dakota. And now there's not even a title involved. Like, what is the reason Dakota's doing it now? That was the whole reason she turned on Raquel in the first place. That was the whole reason they had a feud. So now if the title's not involved, what the fuck? That makes no sense. And they can't do Dakota versus Mandy Rhodes because Mandy's a heel. Dakota's obviously a heel. So they're not going to do that. The obvious thing is they're going to do Dakota and Raquel after this. Obviously, Raquel is going to want revenge on Dakota for costing her the title. And so it just doesn't make sense to me. It's so stupid. And then now you got Mandy Rose as your NXT Women's Champion. Why? She's not a good wrestler. She's decent, but not anywhere good enough to be a women's champion. At least not yet. I would have liked to see more improvement from her before. Because I've seen some of her matches on NXT recently. She's decent, but she still needs improvement. But it's just, I haven't seen anything from her where I'm like, yeah, that's the next women's champion. And I thought they were really building Raquel up for something, even though her title reign sucked. They had her beat all these women, and I'm like, okay, well, who the fuck is she going to face? Then Kaylee Ray shows up. I'm like, okay, they're going to do Kaylee Ray, and then maybe Kaylee Ray will take the title off of her. No, Mandy Rose. In a trick or street fight. Of all things. So you want to tell them how horrible the match was? Because you said it was horrible.
It was atrocious. All they used was chairs and kendo stick. There was a spot. It was so unbelievably dumb. I genuinely wanted to turn the TV off. So, Mandy Rose punches Raquel Gonzalez into a chair. She takes a kendo stick, and by the way, it's one of those announcer chairs. And she puts it between the arms of the chair and Raquel Gonzalez. And somehow, Raquel can't move the kendo stick to get out of the chair. Because she can't think straight because her only brain cell is not functioning. So then, fucking Mandy Rose steps up on the steel stairs, goes down. She doesn't even jump off of it. She gets off the steel stairs and then runs up and hits a running knee, like making Raquel Gonzalez fall back in her chair and lay on the ground. Then she tries to pin this bitch. This bitch tries to pin her on the floor. It's not a false count anywhere, Mandy. It's not a false count anywhere.
But she's ready to be women's champion, though.
Apparently,
she doesn't understand the rules of a street fight.
My whole thing is fucking...
I don't know what's worse. Go ahead.
My whole thing is that fucking spot was terrible. And then after that, it was after that. That's when fucking Mandy was trying to find more weapons, which she settled on a kendo stick, which she always fucking settles on, because that's the only thing she knows how to fucking use. She let Raquel get out of that situation, grab a fire extinguisher, put on a Jason mask, and extinguish her. Extinguish Mandy Rose. It's so fucking dumb. Like, what the fuck?
Like, at this point, I don't know which match type is worse. A trick or street fight, a fucking Symphony of Destruction match, a fucking... What was the Christmas-themed one?
Massacre on 34th Street?
fight. Yeah. Massacre on 34th Street fight. Like, I don't know which one of those three is worse. At least on Raw, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but at least on Raw, they put enough effort in to have like Christmas decorations in their street fight. For fuck's sake, they did a trick or treat fight, and they had Halloween themed stuff for the street fight. This is a whole Halloween themed pay-per-view, and they didn't have any Halloween decorations at all. What the fuck? They did last year for Halloween Havoc. All they had this year was Chucky. And people dressed up. You know, all the wrestlers were dressed in costumes.
Oh, we'll get to that. It's okay. Don't say any more about that.
But what I'm confused is now where is this women's title thing gonna go? Because obviously Raquel's gonna get a rematch, but there's also the thing with her and Dakota. So where the fuck do you go from here? And then even then, if they're doing the Raquel and Dakota thing, who the fuck faces Mandy Rose? Is it going to be Kaylee Ray? Who else is there? It's you ask yourself that with every title match because you genuinely don't know who's going to fight for the title next because they don't have women in the division because they're in the tag title division. It's so poorly executed.
Yep.
Like. It is like I don't know at this point. Oh, I mean, isn't it sad that Io Shirai, who's 5'1", had a way more dominant title reign than Raquel, who's the biggest woman in NXT, and they built up to be the female version of fucking Kevin Nash. Isn't that sad?
A little bit,
That
yeah.
fucking 5'1", and I love Io Shirai. She's one of my favorite women's wrestlers. But isn't it sad that a woman who's 5'1" beat way more people than you, and had a way longer title reign and a way better title reign than you? Isn't that kind of sad? Than you being the biggest woman in NXT and trying to be this big threat. Fuck out of here. You lose to Mandy Rose of all people. Bullshit. Go fucking fuck Braun Strowman because I know you're dating him. So go do that.
Well,
Fucking terrible title reign. What a waste. They literally made her. They put her over as the woman to beat Io Shirai. No. Every other woman failed. Raquel was the one. They put her over so hard. They tried to make her seem like this big threat, and then her title reign was one of the biggest fucking joke flop title reigns I've ever seen in my entirety of watching wrestling. I've never seen somebody that was put over that hard and that got the rub that hard, and then just flopped so bad with the title reign. Like honestly. Like, what in the fuck? I'm sure Mandy Rose is probably going to have a better title reign than Raquel did. I'll predict it right now. Fuck it. But it also leaves the question, now that fucking Gigi Dolan and JC Jane are the women's tag team champions in NXT, what the fuck does that mean for the rest of the division? Are fucking Io Shirai and Zoe Stark going to stay a team? Are they going to split them up? I don't know what's going to happen. Is fucking Indy Hartwell and her partner going to stay together? What teams do they have outside of that? I guess
none.
they have Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter, but nobody gives a fuck about them. They just fucking do shit on TikTok all day. I don't know. I can't tell. You know what's funny? I see a picture of Ricochet and Casey Catanzaro, and I can't tell, Austin, if I'm looking at Ricochet and Casey Catanzaro, or if I'm looking at a fucking picture of Johnny and Plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy. I can't tell the difference. I really can't tell the difference anymore. Here you go.
Oh God, what the fuck? Oh fuck! What the fuck? That's actually a good comparison.
Yep.
Oh my fucking god.
There you go. NXT sucks ass. Let's get to the rest of this pay-per-view.
And Casey Catanzaro has no ass.
Mm-hmm. At least Mandy Rose has ass. Every other woman on that fucking roster has ass. And fucking Casey Catanzaro. Oh my god. Plank doesn't. Fuck's sake.
I'm gonna have to put her fucking face over just the plank and make that a PNG.
Have to put ricochets over Johnny.
Okay. Well.
Oh my fucking god. They still they posted the clip for the main event. They still have not posted. Oh, they finally fucking posted it. They posted the clip for this after the main event. I don't know why. But
Oh god. Okay. Well. Next was Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis versus Carmelo Hayes and his fucking butt buddy.
that was the worst spear through table I've ever seen. There was no impact. There was no impact at all. The table looked like it was already broken to fucking fall apart. Like, what the fuck was that? What in the fuck? A fucking bicycle knee.
So it was fucking Carmelo Hayes basically and his partner just sit there and walked around the Scooby-Doo haunted mansion and fucking waited to get the championship, and then Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis started fighting them until they left, and that was it.
I'm sorry, my guy. Are you 12?
What?
I'm watching this clip of Dakota attacking Raquel, and there's this man in the crowd that has a 2012 green John Cena shirt on, the wristbands, the John Cena hat, the jorts, and the pump shoes, and he has a 2010 John Cena spinner belt toy belt of the WWE Championship. My guy. You do know this is NXT, right? You think John Cena's gonna show up? Why does somebody have the light heavyweight championship in the crowd? Why is somebody wearing an ECW t-shirt? You do realize where you are, right? Somebody's wearing a Stone Cold t-shirt.
They're wearing NWO t-shirts as well. There's people in there wearing NWO t-shirts.
Surprised I haven't seen a fucking Halloween Kills shirt or something, because Austin said they were talking about Halloween Kills much on the show.
Dude, they talked about Halloween Kills like 5 fucking times, and that's not including the commercials they played.
Oh my god, okay. What was next after the women's match that you were talking about?
I said Carmelo Hayes and his partner wandered around the Scooby-Doo haunted mansion that Dexter Lumis has. And then Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano started beating up them after they got the championship back, because apparently Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano stole the championship. And then they left with the championship, and then that was it.
I'm watching this fucking thing now. This looks like some fucking haunted house type shit that you would buy a ticket to see 4 different haunted house attractions. What the fuck? So now, okay. Fuck. Okay, now I see what you're talking about with Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis.
Yeah.
So Johnny Gargano is just gonna start wearing what Dexter Lumis wears now?
Yep.
Okay. Well, now they're all doing the thumbs up. People are gonna say, "Oh, you're stealing from Orange Cassidy." I bet that's what they're gonna say. I will go to the comments of this video right now. I guarantee they're gonna say, "Stealing the thumbs up from Orange Cassidy." I'm legitimately gonna go to the comments right now. Hold on. Let me click on it. Go to the comments. Let's see. Okay, never mind. I don't see it. I mean, it was only posted 20 minutes ago. I'm sure somebody will say it at some point. But moving on.
Yeah, that was it. And then MSK versus Imperium. I didn't give a shit.
You said the match was really long.
It was long and it was boring, and I don't like Imperium without Walter.
Well, didn't you say Imperium won the NXT Tag Team Championships?
Yes. Why?
Oh,
I don't know. But they did.
I don't know. Oh my god. This show was fucking shitty. I didn't even watch it, and I know.
And then
I just know that it was shitty.
And they had Braun Breaker versus Tommaso Ciampa, and I got my hopes up because it wasn't really that great of a match. I mean, Braun Breaker was impressive.
Skipped the match, Austin.
I skipped the match. What did I skip?
Or a segment you skipped. Solo Sikoa announces his arrival with the beatdown of Grayson Waller.
Oh, yeah, I didn't give a shit. But
if you don't know who Solo Sikoa is, that's the Usos' brother. So
I'll give a shit when he actually wrestles.
I'm hoping to see big things from him.
Hopefully. But Tommaso Ciampa and Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker was impressive, like as always. Should have put the belt on him. They didn't, because you know, you can put the belt on Mandy Rose, but you can't put it on Braun Breaker. But yeah, as I was saying, you can put the title on Mandy Rose, but you can't put it on Braun Breaker, because of course fucking not. Yeah. So.
Yeah, because fuck it, I guess. Because for whatever reason, I guess Ciampa just needs to be champion, even though I keep seeing stuff about how his career is going to start winding down soon and shit. And it's like, okay, well, why don't you make Braun Breaker champion? Like imagine what that would do for him. He's already been so impressive. The dude comes in, has a match, gets an NXT, has a very impressive first match with LA Knight, and then gets an NXT title match. And imagine he beats the champion. You know how impressive that makes him look? But then you have him lose here, and it's like, well, like, I don't know. It's just like, I mean, I feel like he'll probably be champion eventually, but I don't know why they didn't pull the trigger now.
I don't know.
Because he's really, really good.
He is. He's fucking, like, great in the ring.
If only they could have... Oh my god, that guy was dressed up like Mankind and he looked like he was 600 pounds. Oh my god, I gotta go back and see that.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. He is massive. Why are so many of the fucking NXT fans fat? What the fuck? Literally, I'm looking in the crowd and it's like a fucking school of whales.
Oh, man. Oh.
Dude is like, the dude that's dressed like Mankind is like 3 Mankinds. That's how big he is.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. I'm trying to see the other people in the crowd. See what they were wearing. Oh my god, I see all the fucking... Ew, I see the fat Nexus now. Ew, that guy looks like a fat Drake, and he has a fucking Matt Riddle shirt on. Ew, that one guy looks like Carlito. Jesus Christ, these specimens in the crowd. Oh my, why is this guy in the crowd has an NWO World Heavyweight Championship, a WWE COVID mask, and he's wearing like a Kurt Angle wrestling singlet, elbow pads, wrist tape, knee pads, and wrestling boots. Like, he thinks he's gonna actually get in the fucking ring. What the fuck is this? Why a lot of people wearing John Cena shirts. I see one Halloween Havoc t-shirt. Somebody's wearing a... What is this, man? Anyway, carry on.
Well, that was Halloween Havoc 2021.
Yep.
It was atrocious.
I can't believe last year, and they had Shotzi as the host last year.
Yeah.
Who do you think was the better host, Shotzi or Chucky?
Chucky.
I saw fucking Shotzi posted about it. She's like, I won't be the host this year, but I will be watching. Is what she said.
Yeah, well, I blocked her, so I didn't see that.
Oh, well, I heard you say this earlier when I was talking to you. You said something about you're like, I'm not gonna follow Grayson Waller on Twitter. What was that about?
Oh, because he was telling people to follow him on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and I was like, no. Like, you're dressed up as a fucking vampire. No.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, didn't you say L.A. Knight was dressed up as a vampire?
Same type of vampire too.
Oh, did you talk about the lumberjack match where everybody was dressed up?
That was the tag team match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, poor Kyle O'Reilly was a lumberjack today.
Yep, because, you know...
Oh, by the way, it's not just a lumberjack. It's a lumberjack-o'-lantern match.
Yep. Because, why not?
But let's stop
Fuck it,
talking
I
about...
suppose.
Let's stop talking about NXT, because I'm so
Fuck
done.
NXT and fuck Halloween Havoc. That's all I gotta say.
Alright, well, let's spin the wheel and make a deal.
How many topics is left?
A lot
Probably
more.
a lot. Oh, God.
It's okay, because we get to talk about the god himself, the man with tiger's blood, Charlie Sheen.
Yep, this is Austin's actor of the week. Are you ever gonna have like a jingle for this thing? The actor
I don't know.
segment?
Oh,
Go ahead and blow your load about Charlie Sheen. Because last time we talked about him, you played a bunch of Charlie Sheen quotes. So now,
oh my god, with tiger's blood, you can't fucking
tell me what all he's been in. Because the only things I know Charlie Sheen has been in that I've watched is obviously 2.5 Men, and also Scary Movie 3.
Alright,
I haven't seen a lot of Charlie Sheen stuff.
He's been in 2.5 Men from 2003 to 2011.
Yeah, until he wasn't anymore.
Until his tiger's blood fucking just got too much for the show, apparently.
Yep.
He was in Wall Street as Bud Fox. He was in the Three Musketeers. He was in Hot Shots as Topper Harley. He was in our favorite song from that episode of the podcast, Lil Pump, Drug Addict.
Oh, God.
As Dr. Sheen.
Terrible. Terrible music.
He was in a movie from 2017 called 9/11 as Jeffrey Cage. He was in a movie called Mad Families as Charlie. He just plays Charlie Sheen, basically. He was in a movie called Cyberbully. He was in The Goldbergs. He was in Anger Management. Oh my god, he played the president in Machete Kills.
Oh, God.
We'll have to watch that eventually now. He was Charlie Sheen in Scary Movie 5. He was Charlie Sheen in Medea's Witness Protection. Funny story, before I decided on Charlie Sheen, I was thinking about doing a Tyler Perry, but he's directed more than acted, so...
I only know his Medea stuff.
Yeah. He was Dex Dog Detective in Food Fight.
Oh my god, I know that one. I forgot that was Charlie Sheen.
Yep.
I know that movie.
He was Charlie Sheen in She Wants Me.
Does he play himself a lot?
Yeah.
Oh god.
He was in Anger Management again. He's credited 2 times for that. Okay.
Why was he credited twice?
I don't know. In a movie called Due Date with Robert Downey Jr., he was Charlie Harper, so he was his character from 2.5 Men in that movie.
The fuck?
He was in the sequel to Wall Street. He was in Family Guy as Charlie Sheen. He was in The Big Bang Theory as Charlie Sheen. He was in CSI Crime Scene Investigation as Charlie Sheen. He was in Scary Movie 4 as Tom Logan. He was in The Big Bounce as Bob Rogers Jr. He was in Scary Movie 3 as Tom. He was in Spin City as Charlie. He was in Good Advice as Ryan Edward. He was Artie Mitchell in Rated X. He played Cop Number 1 in A Letter from Death Row. He played James McGregor in Postmortem. He played James Russell in Money Talks. He played...
I'm assuming he's been in like a lot of shit.
Yeah. Fuck is it? Okay. He played Barbie loving Barbie in New York Girls Looking for Mr. Perfect Loose Women. Don't fucking know. He was in Shadow Conspiracy as Bobby Bishop. He was in Friends as Ryan. He was Charlie Barkin in All Dogs Go to Heaven. He was Zane Zeminski in The Arrival. He was Rick Wildthing in Major League 2. He was Jack Hammond in The Chase. He was Saxon in Beyond the Law. He was Topper Harley in Hot Shots. He was the narrator of Tale of Two Sisters. He was Ricky Vaught in Major League. He was Hap Felch in 8 Man Out. He was Dick Brewer in Young Guns. He was Ted Varick in No Man's Land. He was Boy in Police Station in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He was Man Shaving in Out of the Darkness. He was Kin in Silence of the Heart. He was Lance in Grizzly 2 Revenge. What the fuck is Grizzly 2? I'm gonna have to look at that later. Just not showing what he... Okay, now it's just saying... Oh my god, he was a producer for Mad Families. Soundtrack, thanks. Oh, okay, this is when we get to the talk shows. He was himself in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. He was on the Steve Harvey Show. The Late Late Show with James Corden.
Oh, of course, it always goes back. Does everybody go on that show? Why? Why is it always going to come back to James Corden?
I don't know.
Does everybody go on that show?
I don't know. But Conan, and he was also on Conan and Jay Leno. Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. The Roast of Charlie Sheen. God, we have to react to that sometime. Oh my fucking god. Winning Recipes. What the fuck is this? This is right about the time where he got kicked off of 2.5 Men. Give me a second. Hang on. Oh my god, we have to react to this. We have to. It's only 4 minutes. Dude,
What is it?
It's like a.
Hello?
Sorry, my controller
Hello?
died. It's a fucking it's a fucking cooking show about Charlie Sheen talking about how to win.
Oh, God.
Winning Recipes. Charlie Sheen is it on YouTube. Yes, it's on YouTube. I have to send this to you. You've got to watch this. It's only 3 minutes and 40 seconds. We have to.
Did you send it to me?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
I didn't get nothing. Oh, now I just got it. Oh, the thumbnail. Can you use that? Can you make that a PNG?
Sure.
Sheen in the chef outfit.
Sure.
Alright, I got it. I'm on 000.
Alright, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, I'm Charlie Sheen. And this is Charlie Sheen's Winning Recipe. Yes, I'm doing a cooking show.
Of course, he's smoking a cigarette.
You haven't noticed, I'm winning television right now. My plan is to be the first person to have made an appearance on every television network. Just like I was the first person to get 1 million Twitter followers in 24 hours. Like I was the first to build my own rocket ship to Cassiopeia.
Is that his tiger blood?
Here I come. Face it. I am living the life of a rock star Vatican assassin. And if you eat like me,
A rock star Vatican assassin.
if you are thinking about what you're putting in your body, plan better. The first decision you have to make is which kitchen to use. Indoor kitchen, so it's in the comfort zone, or the outdoor kitchen. The spirits of my Adonis ancestors fly above me and breathe fire onto the meal. Outdoor wins. I just teleported myself here. I did it again. Now that you're in the right kitchen, you need to have the right tools. This is not a spatula. It's a cooking wand. Or a warlock. This is not a bowl. It's a cauldron. Of awesomeness.
Jesus
All
Christ.
green things must die. So I'm gonna start off by making a salad. I got this tomato from my garden. I grew this. My fingertips radiate sunshine. I water them with tears of jaguar.
My fingertips radiate sunshine, and I water them with tears of a jaguar.
Salad is done. Some troll is gonna say, that's not a salad. Oh, really? Looks like a tomato winning salad to me.
Oh
This
my
won't be a kosher
God.
meal. Not because I'm anti-Semitic, but because my tiger blood eats meat. I killed this cow myself. Winners stalk and kill their own food without earthly weapons. I'm not some mouth breather in a drive-thru. I'm not gorging my pie hole on mass-produced monkey crap. My body is a lockbox of diamonds, uranium, and assassin nobility. Best way to cook a steak.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Intense observation. Winning, steak is done. Only one thing you can drink with a meal like this. No wine at Silver Valley Lodge. This is tea made from ground dinosaur fossils. Now for
Oh my
more
god. Ground dinosaur fossils. Oh my god, he's putting dirt in it from... He's threatening a knife with a knife.
My hands are ready.
Oh.
Charlie Sheen.
What the fuck?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Didn't even cut the tomato.
Tastes like winning. Warning. The taste of Charlie Sheen has the potential to cause your soul to weep and forfeit.
The taste of Charlie Sheen has the potential to cause your soul to weep and forfeit. What the fuck did we just watch?
Winning recipes is what I just found. Oh my fucking god. That was amazing.
Fuck's sake. Is there still more Charlie Sheen roles?
Yeah, I have to get back to it. Okay. Oh. He was on Lopez Tonight with George Lopez. He was at the 60th annual Emmys. He was on the Ellen DeGeneres Show. He's on The Girls Next Door. He's on Big Brother.
It's a Big Brother.
He was on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. He was in a Kid Rock video.
Why?
I don't know. He hosted an episode of Saturday Night Live. And he was on the Maury Povich show.
What? Why?
I don't know. Oh god, fucking winning recipes. Alright, well, let's spin the wheel to make a deal. Oh, finally, one of my secret topics.
Okay, let's see what secrets Austin has held from me this week.
Well, there is rumors that there is going to be a Warner Bros. Style Smash Bros. Game with some of the called Multiverses, with some of the characters that might be in the game called being Gandalf, Batman, Mad Max, Shaggy, Fred Flintstone, Johnny Bravo, and Tom and Jerry.
I'm shocked that fucking Bugs Bunny's not in there.
You never know.
So does that mean they can put LeBron James in there because he's technically a Warner Brother character now?
Probably.
That means they could put Rick and Morty in there too because they were in Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Jesus Christ.
And the Iron Giant was in there too.
Oh my god. Oh.
And they could put Michael Jordan and Bill Murray as well.
Oh.
They were in the first Space Jam.
Jesus.
Wow. Yeah.
I just want to know what you thought about that, because I don't know what to think about it.
I mean, they just came out with we talked about it a couple weeks ago before it came out, but the Nicktoons fighting games, Nicktoon fighting game came out, and it's got pretty good reviews so far. I haven't played it, but I've seen some gameplay of it. It pretty much looks like it plays exactly like Smash Ultimate. The cast of characters is alright. I definitely think they're gonna need to add more characters to it. They have like a classic, their own like version of the classic mode and shit. But with the Warner Bros. One, that could be really cool because they have so many characters to choose from. Like you just like the ones you read off.
Yeah.
Like, so
When else are we gonna
have
get to see
so much
fucking
variety.
shaggy face, goddamn Gandalf?
If they're having Shaggy, they are 100% having Scooby.
Yeah.
There's no way they're not gonna have Scooby doing that.
Yeah.
Fucking. But
The Shaggy memes are gonna start up again.
yeah, so I only used 1% of my power. I remember all that shit. I think it's a cool idea though. I hope they make it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I wish PlayStation would make another fighting game, or I mean, I would say Xbox, but they have no fucking mascots besides Master Chief. So,
That's
I'm pissed.
That's not right. They have the Battletoads.
Well, fuck them. People wanted them in Smash, they weren't in Smash, and I'm pissed that Master Chief's not in Smash. Of course, the last character in Smash had to be fucking Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Like, why? Like, I get why, because a lot of people wanted him, but why not? Like, why end it with Sora? Like, do you know how big that would have been if they announced Master Chief as the final fucking Smash character? Like, the Master Chief, Xbox biggest fucking asset that has never been on another console. That would have been insane, but no, we'll have fucking Sora. Which, by the way, Sora doesn't use anything from Disney at all, so there's no Disney characters or nothing that come with them. So, great job. But yeah, so I'm kind of pissed about that. But yeah, I think it'd be cool if they made another like. I mean, PlayStation had the PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. There was also a Cartoon Network fighting game. I think we talked about it. It was called Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion. It was like their own version of Smash Bros. But I'm down to see more fighting games with like different companies because they got a lot of characters to work with and could have some interesting stuff.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's spin the wheel to make the deal.
How many topics do we got left?
11.
Jesus Christ! There's no way we had that many. Those got to be your topics. I did not have that many topics.
Yeah, I have a lot more. There's another secret topic of mine. It's probably nothing you're probably going to care about. I don't really care about it. I just thought it'd be an interesting thing to talk about. Margot Robbie has been casted to play Barbie in the Barbie movie.
Next topic.
Spin the wheel.
She was as Harley Quinn. I enjoyed Harley Quinn from the Injustice animated movie more.
Well,
I liked her in the first Suicide Squad, and the movie that was about Harley Quinn did not like it. It was way too much Harley Quinn.
Well, I guess we could see how you'll like the Suicide Squad when we watch that.
Well, she's in that too. I fucking forgot.
Yeah. Well, let's spin the wheel to whatever.
Spin the wheel to make Austin squeal.
Nah. Oh, well, here's another sad one.
How many sad topics do we have? I thought it was only JR.
No.
What else?
Well, I guess this is not sad to you, but James Michael Taylor had passed away.
Oh, I forgot about that one. He played Gunther on
Friends.
Yeah, Friends. I almost said Big Bang Theory. I don't know why. But yeah, he was the guy. He was the guy that worked in the coffee shop.
Yes.
I remember him. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Passed away.
How did he die?
I don't know. I just heard he died.
You know how old he was?
I think he was in his. I think he was close to. Let me see. Let me see, because I don't want to butcher it, because that's not cool.
I forgot about that because I was just thinking about the JR.
Yeah, we have one more sad topic as well.
Oh God.
He passed away at the age of 59 due to prostate cancer.
Fuck cancer. I really hope they find the cure for cancer one day. Fuck cancer.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to him. I'm praying that JR doesn't die from cancer. So.
Yeah.
God, what? I can't even fathom what else could be sad.
Well, let's spin the wheel to make the deal. I guess this is something you could talk about. Tony Khan versus Eric Bischoff.
Alright, so I knew I'd pick this because Austin loves Mr. Tony Khan.
No,
so,
I don't. No. I hope he gets his neck snapped like that, like fucking Michael did in the fucking Halloween Kills. Like that.
Well,
gives no fuck. I don't even care. I can't even fucking talk.
Yeah, you sound like you're having like a system malfunction. So basically, if you guys remember last week, SmackDown won an extra half hour, so it was running head to head with Rampage. So Tony Khan took the initiative because Dynamite's already been beating Raw in the ratings, so Tony Khan is wanting Rampage to beat SmackDown. It's not, but so Tony Khan took to Twitter because Pro Wrestling Torch said we're obtained. I think they meant to put we.
Hang on a minute.
What?
How the fuck can Dynamite beat Raw in the ratings?
Because Raw sucks. They've been beating.
They're
Raw
not on the same day, though.
Well, people are comparing it.
No. What are they fucking talking about? They're not on the same day.
Well,
there's no war there.
Dynamite gets way more viewers than Raw does.
There's still no war there.
Well, well.
No. This is what I'm talking about. AEW fans have they're so fucking dumb. They're dumb. Why the fuck? Why the fuck would you
for an Austin AEW rant? Let's go.
No. Why the fuck, you dumbasses? Why would you compare a show that's on Monday to a show that's on Wednesday? No! Fuck no! Are you dumb?
They say, well, I mean, it's not on the same day either, but they also boast about how it beats NXT too. And Impact.
Are you brain dead, AEW fans? Oh my fucking god. I swear to God, they find everything and anything to try and say, oh, demo this, demo that. Fuck you, dude. I just want to watch wrestling. That's all I want to do. But you people have to listen to your fucking Dave Meltzer and listen about the goddamn demos, and you fucking ruin it all. Fucking dumbasses.
Well,
My fucking god!
Back to
I can't even go on Twitter anymore without hearing about a fucking demo. What the fuck is a demo?
it's a demographic.
Wow! The demographic. That's not the ratings, you fucking dumbass. They're completely different things.
Well,
We are arguing about the
day,
demographic. The
At the
demographic.
end of the day, what matters to them is that Dynamite gets more viewers than Raw, so therefore Dynamite beats Raw in the ratings.
No! No. That's not what it is. It's fucking... Oh my god. It's actually hurting my brain. I know you're not meaning to say it like that, but the way you're saying it is making me even more mad. Because...
That's how they're saying it.
I know. It's... They're not on the same day! So there's no... How? How would it beat Raw? It would only beat Raw in the ratings if they were on the same fucking day. Now, if Tony Khan wasn't such a pussy and actually put Dynamite on goddamn Mondays, then maybe we wouldn't have an issue.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they beat NXT so bad that NXT had to move to Tuesday. So there's that. And now look at the state of NXT.
But still, the fact of the matter is, like, they're not beating Raw because it's not on the same day. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
To them, the days don't matter. As long as it gets more viewers, it beats it. That's their logic.
No. Legitimately, wrestling fans' logic is dumb as fuck. Like, please, just let me goddamn watch wrestling and try to enjoy it. For the love of
Tony
fucking
Khan's
God.
dumb as fuck, because he thought that Rampage beat SmackDown, but it didn't.
No,
so
the rerun
This tweet says
beat Dynamite. The rerun beat Dynamite, you dumbass. You think I didn't see that shit? Because I saw all the demo shit and all that shit about Tony Khan praising, oh, we won, guys. We won the battle. We fucking won. There wasn't no battle to begin with. Rampage fucking sucks ass. It has, and we've talked about the fucking ratings on the goddamn podcast before. I'm pretty sure. I don't fucking know. We've talked about it, but the fact of the matter is, Dynamite was on a Saturday, and Fox decided to air a rerun of fucking SmackDown. A rerun, Devin. A rerun. And that fucking got more views than Dynamite.
well. So this tweet says, "We're obtained a new key ratings detail on Friday. AEW Rampage beat SmackDown in head-to-head 30 minutes in the most coveted 18 to 49 demo. It says Rampage beat SmackDown 328,000 viewers to 285,000. So Tony Khan replied to this tweet and said, this is in all caps, "Let's go at AEW fans, wrestlers, and staff. Everyone, let's fucking go. AEW," with like 10 exclamation points. And then someone responded to Tony Khan, these were the actual viewership numbers. Those are the viewership numbers only for those 30 minutes. But the actual viewer numbers for the entirety of SmackDown and the entirety of Rampage was Rampage 578,000, SmackDown 866,000.
Exactly. Like oh my god, I don't fucking, oh my god. Call me Brock Lesnar because do I have some fucking cauliflower in my ears and my fucking eyes? What the fuck, dude? Like, what? The fuck am I hearing? The fuck am I looking at?
Well, something that'll make you happy is Eric Bischoff stated his opinion on Tony Khan, because lately Tony Khan's been all about Tony Khan basically the way he's been acting is like he thinks that AEW and WWE are in like a WCW WWF type war right now. And so this is what Eric Bischoff had to say. On Eric Bischoff's podcast, 83 Weeks, Eric Bischoff concurred with saying Tony Khan should focus on his product. Eric Bischoff said, "If Tony were to call me and ask for any advice, here's what it's going to be. Shut up and wrestle, dude. Just put out the best product you can, and you have proven that you can do that. Focus on that. And it's weird coming from me, the guy who challenged Vince McMahon, the guy who gave away all the finishes, but here's the difference. I was actually competing with him. I was going head-to-head, real head-to-head. Like, my show started the same time his show started each and every week." Then he said, Bischoff added, "Shut up until you're actually competing, and you're competing favorably. And by the way, Tony, in 1996, I was kicking WWE's ass every single week in a real head-to-head competition, not a cosplay competition." That's what Eric Bischoff said.
Thank you. Although I don't agree that AEW has made the best product ever, that he was saying. I don't agree with that. But thank you, Eric, nonetheless. Made my fucking point. Shut the fuck up, Tony Khan. Shut the fuck up, AEW fans. You guys are fucking delusional.
Yep. That's pretty much all I have on the Tony Khan thing, was just that.
Like, Jesus, fuck. Spin the wheel to make a deal.
He almost said spin the wheel to make a meal. Oh my god.
Well, from everybody hating Tony Khan, everybody hates Charlotte.
Oh man, and this is probably the biggest topic that we got this week. Is this has been everywhere since SmackDown on Friday. Oh, I guess Austin's trying to skip to the next topic. Apparently, it's not big to Austin, so
no, I'm trying.
Move past it.
No, you can talk about it. I didn't mean to do that.
So, basically, I'll explain the backstory to this. So, on SmackDown on Friday, they had Charlotte Flair, who was the Raw Women's Champion, and Becky Lynch, who's the SmackDown Women's Champion.
I don't know why.
This took place after Crown Jewel, where Becky retained in the Triple Threat. So on SmackDown, they were having a title exchange, and the title exchange was supposed to be both women come out, they both hand their titles to Sonya Deville, and Sonya Deville will give them each the title for the brand that they're on. That was supposed to be the segment. Well, what ended up happening was so Charlotte and Becky were in the ring, and then they were holding up each other's they were both holding up their titles, and then Sonya was saying, "Okay, you give me your title, you give me your title." So then it was like this weird awkward segment where she got one title but the other person wouldn't give up the title. It was weird. And then fucking Becky took her SmackDown title, and then she tried to snatch the Raw title out of Charlotte's hand because she wanted to do a Becky 2 belts thing, but then Charlotte backed away from her, and then Sonya was saying Charlotte, hand me your championship, and Charlotte wouldn't do it, so Becky tried to grab it again, and Charlotte threw the belt on the ground and made Becky pick it up, which wasn't planned, and apparently that made Becky really mad because it made her look bad, and And apparently it also made Sonya Deville mad because she said when that happened she wanted to, I think her quote was, she wanted to fight Charlotte right there and punch her in the face for that because it was highly unprofessional. And so they ended up basically they swapped titles, and basically Charlotte gave Sonya the Raw title, and Becky bombed the SmackDown title at Charlotte because she was pissed. Like, she was for real pissed. Like no bullshit. Like she was actually like for real mad, and she bombed the title at Charlotte, and then took the Raw title. Charlotte took the SmackDown one, and then Sasha Banks came out, and then Becky was just like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here," and left. And then Charlotte and Sasha were talking. That was pretty much the segment. Well, what ended up happening is after that backstage, Becky and Charlotte got in a really, really bad heated argument where there's apparently a lot of bad words said, and there was a lot of yelling and a lot of getting in each other's face, like for real. And so it was bad enough to where Charlotte had to be escorted out of the building by security, and she had to like isolate herself from everybody because now everybody is against Charlotte Flair, and nobody wants to work with her anymore. People she was friends with don't treat her like a friend anymore. People were pretty much disassociating themselves with Charlotte because she's like really toxic, and she's like been acting weird lately. Like the thing with Nia Jax that happened, and like just her attitude lately has just been really weird, and you could tell there's something going on with Charlotte. And so this was like kind of like the breaking point where now everybody's siding with Becky Lynch, and basically they're treating her like the hero of the locker room, and like they're treating Charlotte as like an outcast that nobody wants to associate with. So basically the issue okay, so this comes from the Wrestle Daily on Instagram. It says, there was a backstage confrontation between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair following Friday Night SmackDown. We are told the issue arose after Charlotte Flair was said to have voiced concerns before WWE went on air, concerned about the championship exchange segment that featured Becky trading her SmackDown Women's Championship belt for Flair's Raw Women's Championship belt. By several who were privy to the situation that Flair was voicing that she didn't want to look weak, or she wanted her title reign to look weak during the segment. Despite those concerns, the segment went on as planned as the final segment of the episode. So she didn't want to look weak, and she didn't want title reign to look weak. I mean, obviously, what title reign? Because she's barely held this title. She won it at fucking SummerSlam from Nikki Ass, and then nobody has given a shit about Charlotte or her title reign, but she didn't want her title reign to look weak. Both title reigns look fucking weak, because the titles are fucking weak, because they don't know how to book their fucking women's division. So what the fuck are you worried about it looking weak for? The way they book you makes you look weak.
Asuka's was more fucking like eventful than the last three.
Yeah. Rhea's title reign, which they've completely ruined Rhea Ripley. Nikki Ass and Charlotte have all had joke title reigns. But on top of that, during the championship exchange segment, there was a moment where Flair was to hand the belt to Becky, but instead pulled away and threw the belt on the mat, which was not the way the exchange was supposed to go. At that point, Sonya Deville demanded Flair to retrieve the belt and hand it to her, which Flair did. Deville then asked for Becky's title, but instead Lynch threw her belt at Flair, which was also not part of the plan. At that point, Flair did mic work to set up Sasha Banks coming out, which put the segment back on track with Lynch leaving after teasing a potential Survivor Series showdown. After Flair and Banks had their physical confrontation to close the Fox broadcast, Flair went to the back. We were told that at that point there was a confrontation over Flair allegedly disrespecting Lynch by trying to make her look bad. As one source stated, during the segment there were loud words between the two, and we were told that the situation was very heated, but it did not get physical. And then I have more on it. Ringside News exclusively reported that there were there were people on the Blue Brand who weren't happy about trading Flair for Lynch. It is said that Becky Lynch is liked by everyone, but Flair is not popular. The two aren't getting along either, and that situation has been ongoing for a while. Alex McCarthy of TalkSport reported that the tension between Becky and Charlotte started years ago when the man called the Queen plastic. Obviously, Flair was a bit upset about that shot below the belt.
I mean, she's not wrong.
The Flair-Lynch friendship has been strained for some time. People close to the situation say Flair didn't appreciate being called plastic during a promo a couple of years ago, and since then, their relationship has been tense. I'm trying to see. Yep, this is from Wrestling News. Charlotte Flair reportedly had to isolate herself from the WWE locker room. Friends don't recognize her anymore, and Becky Lynch is seen as a hero. And then Brian Alvarez tweeted about it and said Charlotte was, in fact, escorted out of the building by security last night, which he was talking about SmackDown. So, is that all I have on it? Okay, I also have one more thing. So, there's that whole thing going down. But this, I don't know how true this is. This comes from Wrestling Women Daily on Instagram that I seen. The tweet comes from Dana's FLXAPL on Twitter. This person tweeted and said, WWE, take this with a grain of salt. I don't know how true this part is. WWE superstar Dana Brooke was reportedly very active in breaking up the tense confrontation between Charlotte and Becky. This was said to open Vince McMahon's eyes and have a new respect for Brooke. A major push is planned for the Raw starting tonight. That was yesterday. So that's all I have on it. I don't know if anything else happened, but that's everything I have on the situation that I could find.
Well, I mean, Charlotte. I mean, at that point, like, I don't fucking know. I don't know what's up with her lately, but, like, fuck.
Oh, there was one more thing. So I don't have a screenshot of it, but I saw something on Instagram earlier that was saying that people close to Charlotte in her circle, which means like friends and family, are basically telling her that they think she should leave WWE and that she should get out of her contract. Which, from what I've seen, her contract, she's still contracted for multiple years. So, and also another thing I forgot to say is during when all this happened, when this whole situation happened, Andrade, Charlotte's boyfriend, who's in AEW, decided to go on Twitter and tweet, "Fuck you, WWE." So he decided to involve himself. I don't know why. So I'm assuming when they say people in her circle, they're probably talking about Andrade, probably Ric Flair, and who knows who else. Probably telling her that she needs to leave WWE or whatever. But the whole situation is just fucking dumb. Like, it's literally Charlotte's fault. Like, nobody likes her because of the way she acts around everybody. Like, you literally seen, like, she didn't want to look weak in the segment. She has an ego. There's literally been stuff before that's came out that Charlotte would not lose to specific women because she didn't want to put them over. She wanted to go over. And there's been times where instead of elevating others, she puts herself over because she thinks she needs to look strong. And she always wants to look good on TV and never wants to look weak. It's so fucked up how big her ego is, to where she pretty much fucks the rest of the women's locker room. Like, a couple of those women that she didn't want to put over include Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, I remember seeing. There was a couple more. I can't fucking think of them right now, but it was, like, women like that she would put herself over because she I mean, no, it's no wonder people don't like her. Her behavior, the way she treats everybody, the way she really thinks that she's a queen, and literally thinks that she's like the greatest female wrestler to ever live, which is not true at all. Like, she's a good women's wrestler, but she's nowhere near the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
There's women in WWE that are miles better than her in the ring. But
Liv Morgan, Duca Kai, everybody else, probably. Besides, like, Dana Brooke and Eva Marie and Nia Jax, those people aren't.
Yeah. But, like, and just, like, especially the way she's been acting lately, like, you can tell by watching Charlotte on Raw, Charlotte just looks like, the way she comes off just looks like she doesn't give a shit about being there. It's like, the way her, like, body language is and her facial expression just looks like she doesn't want to be there. And it goes even further because she literally no-showed a live event that she was supposed to go to because she went to the AAA event where Andrade faced Kenny Omega, and so she pretty much said, fuck that live event, I'm doing this. And WWE, being stupid, instead of taking her off the advertising, they promoted that she was going to be there anyway. And also, on that AAA event, she wanted to not only be there to support Andrade, but she wanted to walk him to the ring, which completely goes against her contract. And WWE was like, she asked WWE about it, and WWE was like, hell no, you're not doing that. And then she was upset about that. So, it's her own fault that nobody likes her. I'm not saying Becky Lynch is a saint either, but, I mean, all the things Charlotte has done and all the stuff that's come out, I mean, it shows. Like, of course people aren't going to like her. Like, it's just... And then if she just, like, sits there and wonders, like, oh, why does everybody hate me? Oh, now everybody's against me. Oh, and I'm gonna go cry to Andrade or whatever. Like, it's your own fault. Stop being a fucking egomaniac bitch. You're like fucking Brandy Rhodes. Like, for fuck's sake.
Hang on now.
She's the queen of egos.
Hang on now. Brandy Rhodes is worse. We all agree about this.
I know.
Okay.
That's why I said she's the queen of egos.
Okay. Just making sure.
Charlotte is becoming a close second. Charlotte has a massive ego. Brandy is the most ego I've ever seen a single human being have. Like,
all right.
But we're not talking about Brandy today.
No.
But so what's your thoughts on the whole Charlotte and Becky fucking situation?
I mean, I don't know. It's been just like, I've been like, the thing is, while this has been going on, I've just been working and shit, so I've just been like, oh, that happened. Okay. Like, cause I really, when it comes to the women division, I don't really give a fuck. I'm starting just not to give a fuck. Only thing I care about that women's division is how hot Liv Morgan looks. Okay? So, at this point, like, I don't fucking care. I don't care.
By the way, did you see on Raw that Liv Morgan was wearing a Chucky outfit?
Yeah, and she looked hot in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whoa, yeah.
Fucking, what was I gonna say? I mean, I didn't really care about it at first because I watched the segment and I just kind of, nothing came to me, like, nothing came off wrong to me. It did look a little, like, I could tell, especially when Charlotte threw the title on the ground, like, that looked awkward. And then I saw, like, Becky threw the title at her, like, really, really hard. But I just kind of figured it was just, like, their characters, so it didn't really seem to me like there was anything really wrong. But then when I found out that it was, like, an actual, like, for real, like, they got into, like, a bad argument and shit, and, like, I didn't, like, when I found out that it was as bad as it was, that's when I was like, holy fuck, dude. Like, damn, I didn't know it was that serious. And to where she had to be escorted out by security, and like everybody now is pretty much saying fuck Charlotte, and she's like, no one wants to work with her, which I don't know what they're gonna do on SmackDown now, because they're obviously building a Sasha Banks versus Charlotte thing. But the thing is, like, nobody wants to work with her. So what are they gonna do? Because they can't just not have her defend the title. So what the fuck?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, let's spin the wheel to make the
Fuck
deal.
you, Charlotte. That's all I want to say. I mean, that's the thing, though. I can't see her leaving WWE either, because everybody's reporting that, oh, she's going to leave WWE. I just can't see her leaving WWE. I just can't.
Oh, well, it's Stranger Things, so we will get to Stranger Things.
Yes, sir.
Stranger Things. Season 3, Episode 3. I'm sorry, I'm tired.
I'm tired as well. Fucking... well, this episode was interesting.
Ending
So-
was definitely interesting.
Yeah. This episode starts off with fucking 11 and Max talking about the whole Mike thing from the last episode, how 11 and Mike broke up, and I guess also Max and Lucas broke up, even though they didn't say it. But and so they're hanging out at Hopper's cabin place, whatever, and
His cabin in the woods.
yeah, and Hopper comes home after getting stood up by Will's mom, and he walks in, he thinks that it's 11 and Mike in there, so he's like, oh, I told you 3-foot rule or some shit like that. I don't remember what he said, but and he opens the door and sees 11 and Max just chilling, and he's shocked to see it, and 11's like, oh, Max wants to sleep over if that's alright, and Hopper's like, yeah, because he's just shocked. And then so Hopper goes and starts enjoying himself even though he got stood up, and then 11 and Max are playing a spin the bottle game, which was a obvious Coca-Cola advertisement and or product placement, and so they talk about Mike, and Max is like, I wish we could see the look on Mike and Lucas's face. They probably want us back so bad. And 11 uses her power to see what they're doing, because I guess she can just do that now. And apparently now she can talk when she goes into the fucking, I don't even remember what I called it. It's like the black void with like water on the floor. I don't remember what I called it. But so she sees Mike and Lucas, and Mike doesn't understand why 11 broke up with them, and he's freaking out about it, and then Lucas is trying to calm him down and trying to bring him back to reality. Meanwhile, Will wants to play their fucking Dungeons and Dragons game or whatever they were playing, and 11 is telling Max what Mike and Lucas are saying, how they're talking about like women being a species or whatever. And so then Mike burps and talks about how he ate something, and then Lucas said something about he had beans, so he starts farting like crazy, and it disgusts Will and Mike, and then she comes back to reality. I mean, it already was reality, but she takes the blindfold off and starts dying laughing, and then her and Max start laughing, and then that's pretty much it's pretty much the intro of the episode. And then I'm trying to remember what the fuck it opened with. I'm like really fucking tired right now. Fucking God damn it. Do you remember what happened next? I'm fucking tired.
Oh shit. Oh god.
There was a lot going on in this episode.
We can't fucking comprehend shit.
Cause they continued everybody's stories. They had like, they had Nancy getting laughed at for presenting the story about the rats to the people who run like the news place that they work at, and then you also had like 11. Oh, another thing they also showed is that 11 saw, because she spun the bottle and it landed on Billy for whatever reason, and so she goes to see what Billy is doing, and she sees that he's like, we see Billy from the end of the last episode where he's saying, it'll be all right, it'll be over soon, or whatever. And then 11 sees the girl Heather, the lifeguard that Billy brought there in his trunk, and then something that's never happened to her before. Billy turns around and Billy can see 11, or whatever has possessed Billy from the upside down can see 11, basically, which freaks 11 out, and the whole time, like, Max is confused because I mean she can't see what's going on. A lot of this episode is like 11 seeing things that Max can't see, so then like she has to describe everything to Max, and then like and then there's like the whole I mean there's a subplot going on of like Mike and Lucas being upset that their girls broke up with them and they're not paying attention to Will, and so Will he's going through what a lot of kids go through. I went through it as well. I'm sure you went through it at some point, where you have like friends in real life, and at a certain point you guys stop like hanging out as much, or like start seeing girls, or start like growing up basically. And it happens to everybody. So, and they showed Will like starting to go through that and realizing that he was having a difficult time realizing that they weren't kids anymore like they were in season 1, and like all Mike cares about is 11. He's like acting like an asshole, and then like I guess I don't fucking know if I guess he slept over at Mike's. I don't know, because Will ends up waking him up, and then Mike's like, it's early, so I assume they stayed over at Mike's.
Yeah.
But so then Will like puts on the whole costume of Will the Wise, and they play D&D, but Dustin's not there with them. And what Dustin is doing in this episode is he's with Steve, and they're spying on the mall to see if they can find the Russians. Meanwhile, Robin is still listening to the tape over and over again to try to figure out what they're saying and to crack the code. And then we see the little girl from the last episode who was trying all the ice cream flavors, and she tried to do it again, and Robin was like, no. And the girl was like, why? And she was like, oh, because you're violating our company policy. And the girl got upset. And Dustin and Steve are looking for the Russians with the binoculars on, and they end up seeing somebody that they think is a Russian, so they follow him. Turns out he's like a workout / yoga instructor, and they both sit there and watch all the attractive women do their thing, and they had a couple camera shots that zoomed in on their ass and stuff, so fucking and then like Steve and Dustin were just looking at it with their mouths open, and that was pretty much that. And then so I'm trying to remember order of things here. So then basically 11 writes Hopper a note saying she's staying over at Max's, and so Hopper thinks that she's there. She's really not there. But so Hopper is like getting out of the shower or whatever. He has a towel on, and then Will's mom shows up to his house, and Hopper's like pissed that she stood him up, but she doesn't really care. She's trying to tell him like what the science teacher told her in the last episode, and about like the magnetic field in the machine and all that, and Hopper just thinks it's like some kind of excuse, and he's like really ticked off that he got stood up. And so then Will's mom just stops paying attention to him rant about his feelings getting hurt, and she goes outside and gets his pliers, and he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I need to borrow these. And then she's like on this whole thing about she thinks something at the lab is going on because only something from there could have a magnetic field that big or whatever the fuck. So Hopper agrees to take her back there to show her that there's nothing there. And I'm trying to remember what happened next. So 11 and Max, they first go to like the pool where Billy was a lifeguard, and 11 has Heather's lifeguard thing. Before that, they go to Max's house, and they go into Billy's room, and they start looking around, and they find like the lifeguard thing, and that was Heather's, and then they find like Billy has a bathtub of ice on some like ice bucket challenge type shit, and they think it's weird. So then they take the lifeguard thing to the pool where Billy works at as a lifeguard, and they show it to the lifeguards that are there, and they're like, oh, we found this, does this belong to somebody? And they're like, yeah, Heather. And they're like, what, do you want a reward or something? Like, the guy was like a cocky prick, and he also said that Billy and Heather didn't show up for work that day, which gets Max and 11 worried that something happened. And so they walk over to like this billboard thing that has everybody who's a lifeguard's picture on it, and 11 takes the picture of Heather, and then this really weird thing, they go into the shower area, and Max turns every shower on, and then 11 puts duct tape over a pair of goggles and sits down, and then just goes into the void. And it was so strange. Like, I mean, that is the title of the show, but like, I don't know. I don't get why they had to turn every shower on, because they showed earlier in the episode that 11 could just go into there whenever she wants to now. So I don't really understand the whole point of the shower being turned on. But anyway, so she has a vision of Heather in the ice bath and her being drowned, basically, and it freaks her out. And so after that, she wants to find Heather, basically. And meanwhile, with like the Will thing, Will tries playing D&D with them, but Mike and Lucas don't really care. They're more focused on their girls and whatever, and Dustin's not even there. So Will gets pissed off, and he says he's going home, and they try to stop him, but he tells them to move. And then there's also a really bad thunderstorm going on, and there's like lightning and stuff. Then Will's about to leave, and Mike catches up to him, and he tries to apologize to him, but Will doesn't really care. And Mike was saying he was trying to like apologize and say like Will's like campaign for D&D was really cool or whatever, and then Will was like, oh, all you care about is stupid 11 or whatever, and Mike like snapped at him and was like, 11's not stupid, okay? It's not my fault you don't like girls. And then so Will gets mad and Mike's like, I'm sorry, and then Mike says something about like he was like, you just need to realize that that we're all not kids anymore and we're all growing up. And then Will was like, I guess I didn't realize that. And then he left on his bike. And then Hopper and Will's mom get to the lab, and Hopper like cuts the lock open, and they walk inside, and they walk into the entrance where we saw them there last season, where Bob died, and Will's mom has like a flashback to Bob getting killed by the demo dog, or the dart as we called them. And then Hopper's like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, but she's like having PTSD being there. And they walk into the building. Goddamn. And then Nancy is making coffee at the wherever the fuck they were. I don't remember what it's called. And one of the head guys at the news place decided to play a prank on her and tape a rubber rat to the cupboard, so when she opened it she saw a rat, and they were all laughing at her. It was the guy who's Gary Busey's son. It was him. And
Yeah.
He's been like a real asshole the whole time. And so Nancy gets pissed and she goes to Jonathan and is saying basically that she wants to show them proof, that way they believe her story or whatever. And Jonathan thinks it's a bad idea because he doesn't want them to get fired. And Nancy says, either you're gonna go with me or I'll just go by myself, give me your keys. And then Jonathan's like, he said something about not letting her drive his car or something. So then they decide to go to the old woman's house that we saw in the last episode. So pretty much everybody is out in the rain in this episode. Then 11 and Max get to this house, and 11 opens the door and they just walk in. And this is kind of stupid. So they just walk in, and then they see pictures of like Heather and her family on the wall, and they look at each other like, this is Heather's house. I'm like, how the fuck did you not know? Obviously you knew. God damn, did you fucking fall over? What happened? Did somebody poison you?
My headset fucking fell off my head.
It sounded like somebody fucking goddamn like gave you some, like, I don't even know, chloroform, and you fucking passed out.
No, when I usually watch Stranger Things, I usually have one ear like out so I can hear the show. Mm-hmm. So sometimes my headset falls off my head.
But yeah, so I don't know how they didn't realize that it was Heather's house, even though that they should have known where they were going. That was kind of dumb. So then they walk into like the dining room and they see Heather's parents and Billy sitting eating dinner at the table, and Billy has this look on his face of like, what the fuck are you doing here, to Max. And Heather's parents are just like, who are you girls, and what are you doing here? And Billy's like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce you. And he was like, I don't remember their last name, but he was like, Heather's parents, this is my little sister Maxine. And then Billy walks up to them and he's asking what they're doing here, and he's trying to like play it cool, even though we know Billy's an asshole. But he's trying to play it like he's a nice older brother. and basically Max is like, oh well, and 11 11 is like, where is she? And like Billy like gives her this weird look, and then he's like, where is who? And then Heather walks out, and then Max is like, oh well, he was like, Max was like, we went to the lifeguard thing, and they said that you guys didn't come into work today, so we got worried. And Billy's like, oh no, Heather was just feeling a little under the weather, but she's better now. And she's like, yeah, I'm much better. And then Billy looked at 11 and was like, I'm sorry, I don't think I caught your name. And she looked at him and she was like, L. And he was like, L. And then 11 and Max left to go wherever the fuck, and Billy just stares at them through the window that's part of the door, and we can see Billy Billy has, because since Billy's possessed, he basically is having the flashbacks of the mind flare from the last season, and he sees 11 closing the gate of the upside down and like stopping the mind flare from killing her, I guess. And and then that's when Billy recognizes her, and then we see like the darkness take over his eyes, and then we see him walk back in, and then Heather's mom accidentally knocks over. Actually, before we get to that, because that's the ending of the episode. So I'm missing a few things. So Hopper and Will's mom are going through the lab, and then they just sit there and talk for a minute because they don't find anything. And then Hopper's like saying how like he talks about how after his daughter died, he had to get away, but then he came back and he was like looking at Will's mom. He's like, at least you have people here that like you and care about you and whatever. And he was saying how he didn't have it. And then it looked like it was going to be like a wholesome moment between them, and then they heard like a crash, and then so they go to investigate, and then Hopper tells Will's mom to stay there, and he's looking through these rooms, and then all of a sudden Hopper gets blindsided by this guy, and this guy starts whooping his ass. Like, he fucking beats the fucking shit out of Hopper and knocks him the fuck out. And then Will's mom hears the commotion, and she starts yelling for him. And she runs in and sees him knocked out, and then she looks out the window and sees the guy driving away on his bike. Well, on his motorbike, I should say, not a fucking bicycle.
I should say that's the guy that killed the random guy in the first episode.
Yeah, you imagine how silly that would have looked if he was like pedaling away real fast on a bicycle. That fucking looks so dumb. Jesus. But so then with Will, he is sitting in his like castle thing that we've seen since the first season. Castle, I think it's called Castle Byers or something like that. And he's like just sitting in there crying, and he's going through the realization of like his friends are growing up, and that their friend group isn't the same anymore. And then he's like looking around and is having flashbacks. He looks at the one thing, and it reminds him of the first season where all four of them were playing D&D in Mike's basement, having a great time. Like, seeing that flashback, I was like, oh my fucking god, dude, they looked so young back then compared to what they look like in this season.
Oh yeah, they're so fucking young. It's only gonna get worse as the seasons go on.
Yeah, and then he has a flashback about the Demogorgon. He has a flashback about when I think it was the second season when they all were dressed up as the Ghostbusters, and Will starts crying, and he tears the picture up, and he gets so angry and upset that he starts destroying the castle buyers, and he starts destroying everything inside, and I guess it's him becoming his own person, I guess. But and then he destroys most of it, and then drops to like his knees and just starts crying. And then what else happened? I'm trying to remember what else happened. Then Nancy and Jonathan get to the old woman's house, and they knock, and no one's there, and Jonathan's like, oh, well, she's not home. And then Nancy's like, and then she opens the door, and Jonathan's like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, maybe she fell or something. So then they go in the house, and they're calling for her. There's no answer, and they see the basement doors open. So they go down in the basement, and they can hear like strange noises. So they grab like the worst weapons they could possibly grab in the situation, and then they walk around the corner because they hear like almost like I guess it's like a bear type noise or something like that, and they see the old woman eating dirt, like just bags and bags of soil, and they call her name, and then she turns and looks at them, and then that's when it cuts back to so then Mike and Lucas go to Will's, and they're knocking on the door, and he's not answering, and then Will starts to feel something in the back of his neck that has to do with the mind flare, and he is like feeling his neck, and then Mike and Lucas find him, and they're like, Will, what are you doing out here in the rain? Are you all right? And then Will like turns and looks at him, and he's like, it's back. And then it goes to the last scene of this episode where after 11 and Max leave Heather's house, Billy, Heather, and Heather's parents are all sitting at the table eating, and then Heather's mom accidentally knocks over a wine glass and spills it, and she says, oh, I'm just feeling a little lightheaded, and she goes to get something to clean up the wine, and then she I guess she dies.
Either that or she's passed out. I don't know
which. So she just falls on the floor, and then her husband gets up and walks in there, and he's like yelling for Billy and Heather to call 911. And then we see after she gets up from the table, we see Billy like hide a bottle that he had. So I don't know if it was like poison. I don't know if it was like chloroform. I don't know. But then Heather's dad is telling him to call 911, and she busts him over the fucking head with a wine bottle. Like completely busted that thing over his head, and he gets knocked to the ground, and then she crawls on top of him, and Billy's like watching in the background, and Heather's like, I'm sorry to do this to you, Daddy, but it'll all be over soon. And then she like puts a rag in his mouth and starts like, I don't know if she was trying to chloroform him or if she was trying to suffocate him, but then that's where the episode ends. And that was Stranger Things Season 3, Episode 3. I thought it was a good episode.
Missing lifeguard.
Yeah, I thought it was a good episode. I liked the whole atmosphere of like the thunderstorm. I thought that was really nice. I like how they're progressing the characters along. Oh, also one scene I forgot to bring up is, so this is an important scene. So Robin cracks the code of the Russians, and she knows where they're going to be. So her, Steve, and Dustin are on top of this building after the mall closes, and they have binoculars, and they're spying on the Russians who are armed with like M4s and shit, and they're bringing like boxes into like this warehouse, and they don't know what's going on basically. And so Steve tries to take the binoculars from Dustin. He's like, let me look, and then they accidentally drop them, I think, and which causes the Russians to go into like hunting mode. So the one guy is like, he tells the other guy, stay here. And he goes to look for them, goes to the roof where they were, but they're not there. And then they're like running through a hallway, basically. So yeah, that was one scene I forgot, that they found the Russians. So yeah, but I thought it was a good episode. It really progressed the characters along even more. Finally getting some fucking progression with Will's character after 2 seasons. Fucking,
Yeah, I mean, he got possessed for the first 2 seasons.
yeah, and now they're finally like hopefully gonna do something more with Will's character.
Hopefully.
And so I'm curious how the rest of the season is gonna turn out, because there's so many things building up. Now there's like the guy who attacked Hopper, which I'm pretty sure has to do with the Russians that Dustin, Steve, and Robin found. So I'm sure that's all connected. It's all also connected to the lab, but that's also connected to the Upside Down, which is connected to 11 and is also connected to what's going on with Billy as well, and it's connected with Will, which is connected with the stuff that's going on with Mike and Lucas. So it's all interconnected. And so it was a pretty good building episode. I enjoyed it.
It was a really good episode. I really liked the ending.
Yeah. It's an ending like you're not expecting, because I mean, if you watched the last episode, you know Billy's possessed, so that wouldn't surprise you, but like I was not expecting Heather to be possessed too, and she just fucking straight up like James Storm TNA style just busted that bottle over her dad's head on some like beer money type shit.
Yeah.
And knocked him the fuck down. But yeah, so I'm curious what's gonna happen in the next episode. There's a lot of cliffhangers in this one. But yeah, so that was episode 3 of season 3, and next week we'll be watching episode 4, and we'll be halfway through this season already.
Yep.
And then we got 4 more episodes after that, and then we'll have to wait for next year when season 4 comes out. So
yeah, I guess we'll announce what we're doing after, once we get to the finale.
Yeah. So our plan is to have our plan is to we planned this out. Our plan is to have the finale of season 3 on episode 30. That's our plan.
Yeah.
So come episode 30, we'll tell you, since we'll be done with Stranger Things for now at that time, we'll tell you what's gonna go on instead of Stranger Things until
yeah, because it will be a different show. It will be a different show, but it will still be review.
Yeah. But yeah, that was Stranger Things for this week. Now let's get back to fucking spinning the wheel and making the fucking deal. God damn it. Spin these nuts.
Alright, well that was Stranger Things.
Yep.
And now we get to our next topic, which was Gabby Hanna, which I spun the wheel already. So.
Yep. So this, when I said earlier, Keemstar wasn't the only one to retire. This is who I was talking about.
So Gabby Hanna came back just to retire, and we have a video to watch. It's like 3 minutes.
So why did she leave YouTube in the first place? What happened? Because I remember you said like there's a whole thing going on where she was gonna fight Rice Gum in a boxing match, and then like what happened?
I genuinely don't remember, honestly. She's got fucking ads.
Crunching made Casual Friday start on Monday.
Crunching made me CEO of this desk.
100% real milk chocolate and
Getting a Crunch Bar ad.
Crunching makes work friends real friends. Start crunching today.
It's a fun open video.
Alright, and... Okay.
0-0.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
So this video is also called "But Before I Go," so I don't.
this a fucking song?
Is this a fucking song? If I just got suckered into watching the song, I'm gonna be pissed.
I didn't know. Is this a song? Comments are turned off. God damn it. It is. It's just a song. I paused it. It's just a song. She disabled likes and dislikes. Who does that?
At the end of it, it just says, "Happy the end." That's what it says.
Well, I guess that was fucking clickbait. Fuck you, Hannah, you bitch. Alright.
Well, I mean, she deleted all her other videos, so I'm guessing she's just done with YouTube. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's spin the wheel to get to
Austin scammed us all.
No, fuck. Gabby Hanna scammed us fucking all. Fuck that bitch.
Alright, well. Next topic. Fuck Gabby Hanna.
Oh.
I actually
Crown
wanted to
Jewel.
see her fight Rice Gun too.
Crown Jewel.
Jewel.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch this. I just know the results of it. Apparently people are saying that it was the greatest Crown Jewel that they've done so far.
I just keep seeing the Brock memes.
Yeah, the only I don't. We already talked about the full fucking Halloween Havoc. I don't really want to talk about this every fucking match on this show because I didn't see the shit anyway. So
the Queen's Crown winner is Lena Vega, and the King of the Ring winner is Xavier Woods.
Yep, and they're doing nothing with either of them, just like I predicted. So,
and great. Then Roman won. Fucking Edge won.
Mm-hmm.
And Goldberg won. I hate
Yes.
saying that so much.
More Goldberg, please.
Fuck Goldberg.
Goldberg versus Big E for the WWE title.
No!
Please book it, WWE.
Nope, let's spin the wheel to get to the deal. Or whatever.
That was probably the fastest crown. That was probably the fastest Crown Jewel review on the internet.
Alright, it's time for the canceled segment of the week. Because, from what Devin was telling me, Mandy Rhodes was getting canceled for apparently trying to be black.
So, I saw this on Instagram. And basically, if you've seen Mandy Rhodes, she's like way more tan than she used to be because she's like spray tanning a lot. And so, what these dumb people decided to do was, because she's spray tanned so much, they're trying to accuse Mandy Rose of trying to turn herself into an African American. So they were trying to like cancel her for it, and it didn't work. And Mandy Rose like tweeted about it, and she was like, I swear some people, is what she said. Or something like that. And, I mean, it died out within, like, a day, but...
I have nobody else. So, like, fuck it. Like, that's our cancel segment.
It was just, like, that's cancel culture for you. They'll try to cancel you over literally anything. Like, it's and that just goes to show you how much fucking racism is still in the world, too, where, like, somebody, like, is just tanning, and then people just... take that and they're like, oh, you're trying to be black, like
yeah, it's like they thought that she was putting on blackface.
No.
Like, and that's like, what, why?
I don't know. There's like people like I seen some of the comments. There's like people passionately going at her too. Like what the fuck? It's just a spray tan. Like, chill the fuck out.
Well, let's get to the next topic and spin the wheel to make a deal. What the fuck ever.
Yes, sir. What did it land on?
My last surprise topic. Greg Hamilton was released by WWE. Don't know.
He was the best announcer.
It happened legitimately when we were doing the podcast, so I put it on there real quick.
Why the fuck did he get released? What the fuck?
I don't know. He got released about an hour ago now. As of this recording.
Who's gonna announce? Because he announces for... I'm pretty sure he announces for Raw and SmackDown, doesn't he?
Yep.
I don't know who announces for NXT, but he used to announce for NXT, I know that. But, like, why?
I don't know.
He was a really good announcer.
He is
Like,
really
what the
good.
fuck?
And now he's gone.
Oh, fuck. That sucks.
Let's spin the wheel to make the deal. So sick of saying that already.
You know, I made the idea to do that, but even I'm tired of hearing it.
Alright, great. It's time for me to talk about something and get mad again. Alright.
Thank
CM
God.
Punk! You motherfucker!
So, Austin told me he wanted to talk about CM Punk. I'm not really sure what's going on, so please, Austin, tell me why you were going at CM Punk.
CM Punk, the guy who... Phil Brooks, the man who got the highest Rampage rating, and then it has plummeted since then, decides to say, if he were to have MJF interrupt him in his AEW Dynamite debut, it'd be a low-hanging fruit. Basically saying that it would be awful to his reputation, pretty much. Go fuck yourself, you egotistical piece of shit. Have you hanged out with Brandy Rhodes often? I don't give a fuck. No, I'm fucking, like, I do not care. I do not care. I already know your wife's been hanging out with Tessa Blanchard. So...
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that, did we?
I don't fucking know. I think we did. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But I already know your wife's hanging out with Tessa Blanchard. Are you hanging out with Brandy Rhodes, you fucking piece of shit? MJF is one of the best fucking workers in that goddamn company right now, and you're telling me that'd be a low-hanging fruit. You would you rather hang out with Marco fucking Stunted Growth?
I mean, did you hear what MJF said about, like, he was like, in 2024, he said something about kind of his AEW contract goes to 2024. So he was like, in the beginning of 2024, I might go to that other place, which he's talking about WWE.
I hope he does, because he's been treated like shit, even by, like, the supposed fucking, like, savior of fucking AEW, CM Punk. Go fuck yourself, CM Punk. I wish he never came back.
Well, all the CM Punk fans are gonna come at you.
I don't give a fuck at this point.
They waited 7 years off. Can't say that.
Ho 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 ho.
7 long years of asking this man on Twitter every single day when he was coming back. Grown men crying when this man came out.
Yeah, grown men. Fucking pussies.
The one guy who was crying on camera got made fun of so much online that AEW gave him tickets to a show and CM Punk gave him a t-shirt. Took a photo with him.
Good. It's good that you got made fun of. Fucking crying over CM Punk coming back. I don't even care. Like, I like that CM Punk came back. But now I don't, because he's being a fucking dumbass.
Well, he was saying delusional shit. He said, I remember he said Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson coming to AEW was bigger than Kevin Nash and Scott Hall defecting to WCW.
Are you fucking high, Punk?
And he's been saying delusional stuff like that.
God, Jesus Christ. Your newest run is almost as bad as your fucking movie career. It's fucking awful. Don't worry, we'll get to the girl on the 3rd floor. We'll fucking get to that shit. That movie sucks ass.
I wish that'd be the perfect time to edit in the clip where CM Punk's like, he said, my movie went straight to DVD just like yours.
It did go straight to DVD. And you know what it's on now? It's on fucking Netflix. Your movie's on
Wow.
the same platform as Cuties. Think about that, CM Punk.
At least it's not on Hulu like Hellraiser.
But the thing is, Hellraiser has the dignity of not being on the same platform as Cuties. Think about that.
Oh yeah, but I mean Netflix doesn't fucking care, so. But we already know that.
Like, fuck you, CM Punk. Fuck you. Just fuck you.
But he finally got his AEW ice cream bars, Austin.
They probably taste like shit.
Did you know there was people selling CM Punk ice cream bars on eBay for like 10 grand?
Why? Why? It's gonna melt in postage. You
There
dumbass.
was people selling the wrapping to the ice cream bar for like 15 grand.
Oh my fucking god.
There was people selling like their popsicle stick that it was on for money.
That's COVID, man.
They don't care.
God, you know there's some marks that has a popsicle stick, like in a fucking display case. You know there is.
Oh,
Fucking
man.
god. Jesus Christ. People that do that shit are as bad as the people that fucking get locks of hair from people and like store it in fucking bags. Like, Jesus fuck, dude. Either way, go fuck yourself, CM Punk. You piece of shit.
So do you agree with Roman Reigns?
What has Roman Reigns said? Because I can't even remember this fucking point.
Roman Reigns said he's watched CM Punk's recent comeback, and he said that CM Punk looks like he's lost a couple steps in wrestling, and he said that CM Punk would never be like a challenge to him or something like that. And he called CM Punk like a. I'm trying to. He said something about AEW being like indie and Punk being like a big person in like an indie place, but if he came back to WWE, like he wouldn't be as big as Roman or something like that. Like Roman was like really shitting on CM Punk. It was something like that. I don't remember the exact quote, but. Yeah. Roman was shitting on CM Punk, and then people were shitting, the fucking AEW marks and the CM Punk fans were shitting on Roman Reigns for shitting on CM Punk. So
I'm just fucking like, I'm done with this bullshit.
I mean, it does kind of irritate me that he talks so bad about WWE. Like, I understand he had like a bad time and he was sick and all that, but like, he wouldn't, like, at the end of the day, like, he wouldn't be what he is without WWE. He would not be as popular as he is. Like, he wouldn't be CM. He'd just be CM Punk. But with WWE, that's why people are like, that's CM fucking Punk.
Yeah.
So, like, he shits on WWE a lot, but without them, he probably wouldn't be in the situation he's in right now. So, sorry if you hear that. My fucking dog is trying to put my mic in her mouth. Stop. What?
It's alright.
So are you done ranting about Mr. Phil Brooks?
He can go fucking watch his goddamn hockey and eat his shitty ice cream bars while watching the fucking Chaperone on DVD with this fucking girl on the third floor poster. And he could hang out with his wife and fucking racist Tessa Blanchard and fucking go watch women wrestling.
Do you think that AJ Lee's gonna like actually wrestle again because she
No.
said, so if you guys don't know, so basically AJ Lee is back in wrestling now, and she's like she's a producer and a commentator for this promotion called Women of Wrestling. As like this big thing where Tessa Blanchard's there apparently or whatever, and AJ Lee, someone asked her about if she was going to be competing there, and she said that she is cleared to compete. So that's why I asked if you thought she was going to wrestle again or not. That's the only way I'll watch Women of Wrestling is if AJ Lee wrestles again, just to see how she does. But that's about it.
Well, you gotta watch it on Pluto TV, Devin.
Really? It's exclusive to that?
Yep.
Fuck. So you're telling me I'd have to buy a subscription service to
No,
fucking
that's
watch that
completely free.
Oh.
It's free TV.
But how the fuck did they make money?
Don't know.
Huh.
I mean, Impact was on it before.
True.
You can watch See
God.
No Evil on Pluto TV, I'm pretty sure.
I'd rather see the next topic.
Spin the wheel to make the deal.
How many topics is there left?
2.
4?
2.
Oh, okay.
So, Ryback versus Mansoor.
Oh god. So this was some stupid shit. So for no reason, this was I think after Crown Jewel. So for no at Crown Jewel, Mansoor wrestled Mustafa Ali. It was like a big thing for that. But so for no reason, Ryback goes on Twitter. If you remember, we talked about Ryback in like episode 3 or some shit like that, where basically Ryback did this poll on Twitter where he was like, where do you want to see me wrestle and sign with? And he put like WWE, AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, or something like that, and then the last option was retire. And he did the poll several times, and people just kept voting for retire. So what ended up happening now is Ryback decided to tweet and say that he said even if at Vince McMahon gave Mansoor at Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme song, he still wouldn't fucking be over. And he was like, no wonder why your product sucks, or something like that. So Mansoor replied to it with the screenshot of everybody voting for Ryback to retire. And so Ryback shut the fuck up after that one. So that was pretty much it. Some of the wrestlers were commenting on it, and they're like, that's why Mansoor is my favorite wrestler. But yeah, he shut Ryback the fuck up. Like, I mean, Mansoor might not be the most over wrestler in the world, but I'd rather watch him wrestle than Ryback.
Yep.
Nobody wants to see Ryback wrestle. Like, the majority of his fucking audience wants him to fucking never wrestle again. What a fucking piece of shit. Yeah, that's the whole Ryback Mansoor Twitter beef.
Let's spin the wheel to make the deal.
Is this the final deal?
Yep.
So, fuck yeah. Well, do you really have to spin the wheel if there's only one left?
Yes, I mean, yes, okay. We have to spin the wheel to make the deal, okay?
Well, that doesn't really make sense if there's only one deal left.
We have to spin the wheel to make the deal. That's what you do with Halloween Havoc.
Okay.
Now, Alec Baldwin on the Rust.
Oh yeah.
Called Rust.
The
filming of that movie, a tragic thing happened.
Yep.
Basically, what had happened was Alec Baldwin had a stunt gun that he was using on the film, and he had apparently the thing had like it was actually armed, like the stunt gun was actually armed, and he fatally wounded I'm not trying to butcher this name because she's fucking dead now, and I'm trying to Helena Hutchins. I hope that's how you say it. Please don't murder me and cancel culture. I don't want to butcher her name, okay? And she was a special effects designer for the movie, and she had passed away due to the after effects of being shot, you know. So basically, people are discussing if Alec Baldwin could be like prosecuted for this. I don't think he should be, because it was a blatant accident. It was just like it's the exact same situation that happened with The Crow. If you think about that.
What happened with The Crow? I didn't know about that.
Oh, here, let me get the actual actor so I know who. Give me a second. Not The Crown, you fucking dumbass. Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee, who is a relative of Bruce Lee, he was playing The Crow in the movie The Crow, and he basically the same thing happened to him. They had a stunt gun, it was actually armed, he got shot, and he passed away during the filming of the movie.
Well, if it's a stunt gun, why would it be able to be armed in the first place?
I don't know.
Well, then shouldn't that be the fault of whoever gave him the stunt gun?
Yeah.
Not him.
I definitely don't think it should be on the blame of Alec Baldwin.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that's what the authorities are gonna have to look into, of like who gave him the gun, who is like the stunt operator that operates that kind of stuff, like were they like around the gun all day? Did they see anybody mess with the gun? Probably all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything should happen to Alec Baldwin. It's not his fault.
No.
He didn't arm the gun himself and do some like GTA 5 shit. So like it's not his fault. And if they prosecute him, it's just wrong to do that to him, because it's not his fault. He didn't know it was armed. Like, I mean, well, I'm not trying to be hopeful that it was an accident, but hopefully it was just a freak accident. Hopefully nobody actually like messed with the gun with the intent to like kill that woman and then blame it on Alec Baldwin. Hopefully it wasn't anything like that.
Well, apparently the district attorney has not ruled out charges to Alec Baldwin. So there is a chance. There is a chance we could be seeing Alec Baldwin go to jail for it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, one thing about it we won't get. I mean, to put it on a lighter note, no more Boss Baby movies.
Oh my fucking God.
I mean, that's an up, right?
I guess.
But I'm not saying he should go to jail. Just, you know, Alec Baldwin, please don't make any more Boss Baby movies.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But I'm trying to make this lighter because we've had 4 fucking sad topics today, Devin. Like, this is fucked.
I know.
But we'll end this on a sad note. Rest in peace. I'm not gonna say your name because I really don't want to butcher it again. So rest in peace, and rest in peace, James. Michael Taylor.
Yes, you too. I'm praying for Jim Ross.
Yeah.
Hopefully everything works out for Alec Baldwin and he won't go to jail.
Hopefully.
My dog's trying to fucking take my mic off my head.
You said, get the fuck off the podcast.
I'll play this out with a song. And thank you guys for watching the 25th episode of the What the Fuck podcast. Been doing this for 25 weeks. That's pretty much half a year.
We're a quarter of the way there.
Yep. So, I think we started doing the podcast we recorded the first episode and then didn't post it for a while. I'm trying to remember, when did we post the first episode actually? Wasn't it in like April?
May, or maybe
May,
in April.
So April or May next year will be 1 year of the podcast, so we'll have to think of something to do for like the 1 year celebration.
Yeah.
But, with that being said, thank you all for watching this episode of the What the Fuck podcast. We will be back next week with episode 26 with
Stranger Things
season 3 episode 4, and we will officially be halfway through season 3. So stay tuned for that, and thank you all for watching. We'll see you all next week, and since this is coming out on Friday the 29th, Happy Halloween, everybody. So see you all next week. Happy Halloween.
Peace.